Hey, party people. Linehouse and Snag and Nanas here. I can't even talk right now.
Snag and Nanas.
Snag, my best friend Snag are here. It's been a long day. I'm sorry. We are here for Storm Division. First week matchups. We got ReGen versus CTON. And Snag, how are you doing today? Hopefully better than me so far.
Doing good. So far, so good. So far, better than Linehouse. That's all you can ask for, really.
Yeah.
As long as you're better than Linehouse.
It's not really hard. Let's be honest here. Teams are filing into the lobby right now, but we shall take a quick look at the map bans. Let's see. Alterek and Volskaya were banned out by ReGen. That doesn't seem fully updated. Why is this not fully updated? Anyway, Sky Temple and Tomb of the Spider Queen. I hit it. It's just not doing it. Oh, Sky Temple's not in the map pool, and yet they banned it. That's what it was. And I forgot to pick the map, that's why. Okay. They technically banned Sky Temple and Tomb of the Spider Queen on the side of CTON. So, and apparently the other team let them do it. So I don't have to tell everybody. Anyway, let's see. So we are going Infernal Shrines. This was picked by ReGen. Let me just make sure I have everything correct right now. Yep. And we do have some of the teams still kind of filing in. Wait.
I'm asking them what else they might have if they knew that Sky Temple was banned.
Anyway. Okay, so while we're waiting, Snag, do you have any pre-draft analysis you want to talk about or anything? Oh, what happened to my camera for Snag?
Well, I mean, these teams played. Oh, actually, no, they did not play each other in the qualifiers because CTON actually played in the last two qualifiers when ReGen played. ReGen played them. Probably didn't play them at all. I don't think. They only played in one qualifier together on qualifier 5, but I don't know if they actually went against each other.
I can't recall either, to be honest.
Yeah, but so ReGen has been playing a while for each weeks in the previous qualifiers, going through 1 through 5. They opted not to play on the 6th qualifier because they had already gotten in on points. CTON played on the 5th qualifier and the 6th qualifier getting in. So ReGen's got a little bit more of that higher level of practice, I guess. But I'm sure all these teams, they're all Storm League grinders and playing in the in-houses right now, and so I'm sure they're all fresh with the high meta.
How many subs are teams allowed to have right now? Because I see 2 subs on the side of ReGen, but I actually don't know.
Very good question.
I don't know what. Whatever. We have mods available.
Up to them to deal with it.
They'll deal with it. All right. Well, people are taking a little bit longer than I thought to file in. So anyway, I started blasting. Let's actually do a quick bumper break then, because I don't really know what else to go over right now, so we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We got everyone. Sky and Tomb. Yeah, Sky Temple is not in the map pool. I'm sorry. I know we're back on camera right now, but like we're trying to get the teams to tell us what their second map ban is, and they keep saying Sky Temple. And it's like Sky's not in the map pool. Hanamura, I guess. Oh my goodness, you can't. Porky, you're not on CTON. You don't get to ban their second map for them. But apparently Carbon agrees. So hell, what the hell? All right, so yeah. Hanamura has also been banned. All right. Alterac Pass, both Sky and Foundry, banned by ReGen. Tomb of the Spider Queen, Hanamura Temple, banned by CTON. Infernal Shrines, picked by ReGen.
Retroactively banned.
Whatever. No, they really. At least the best part is no one cares in lobby. They're just like whatever. These.
No, I mean, they know nobody's gonna pick it.
They don't want to play on this map. It's a best of 5. I'm gonna say we're ready, and we're gonna get into this game 1 draft. Finally.
Maybe.
CTON logo is on top of the ReGen logo.
Oh, on your
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
All right. Why is Soothsayer, doing that? That's Soothsayer, 100%. Let's see if it's doing it on this screen. Okay, we'll have to check. All right. Or I'm gonna go into studio mode real quick and figure out why the hell that's happening. That's really weird.
So, first game of the season for these two teams, going to the classic Infernal Shrines, everybody's first map pick because it's the easiest. Everybody knows it. Classic. Nobody's going to cheese it. You're just going to play straight, probably. I don't recall what they've already played for the qualifiers, but from seeing the different people in the lobby, I can probably take a couple guesses on what they like to play. Maybe we'll see the Brightwing from Valimar. Fury, I'm sure, will like to play the Garrosh.
Yeah, I think that's sorry, I'm actually looking at the that screen. I think that's the Storm NGS version of the Soothsayer automatically doing that. So I have no control over fixing that right now. I'll have to look at that later then. That's going to be the way it is the whole night. Anna being banned out because somehow over the past 3 months, Anna's been the best support in the game and has not had any nerfs whatsoever. So she must continue to be banned by the teams.
Look, she could be. I mean, she's killable. You can dive her. She's not the best,
but she's still the best.
But she's very annoying. She's still just one of the heroes that you just let's not have to deal with 100% anti-healing today.
Mm-hmm.
Diablo. Yeah.
Diablo.
Classic tank flavor of the month. I'm actually surprised the ETC. A lot of people are banning Diablo more than the ETC, where I think ETC is probably still the best tank. But I mean, all of them, they're all pretty kind of the same. The Encore? Yeah, I mean, I think the buffs to, like, the Encore being the way it is now, even though they got nerfed a little bit, I think it's still having a mosh pit every fight, like every 60, 70 seconds, is ridiculous. Like having a 2-minute mosh pit was pretty good, and then the buff to the auto attack, yeah. So Fury immediately picking up the Garrosh, as I guessed. I think it's definitely known to be his tried and true tank priority. ETC is up for regen, definitely one of the soft counters to Garrosh, maybe the Jaina.
Fury, quick picking the Garrosh. And there is the ETC on Hacho and Junkrato on the Centurion.
And I think Hacho likes ETC the most out of his tanks as well. Wow, look at this. Immediately picking up the Garrosh Zarya. That's pretty fun. Infernal Shrines, I don't see it too often on this map, but the classic run speed Zarya, a run speed Garrosh. Zoom, zoom.
Yeah. Zoom, zoom, baby. Zoom, zoom. And we got the Deckard, even with their nerf on Ruby finally. They're still a pretty good support.
Yeah, I think as a Kank player, it's always fun when you have the little pocket Zarya, and then like that run speed is so good. People don't expect it. All of a sudden, okay, he's kind of far away. All right, I'm just gonna give me run speed. I'll pop my unstoppable, and I'm just gonna zoom into somebody, and then they can't get away unless they use a blink of some type. ETC has to slide if Garrosh uses unstoppable because he won't be able to knock him back. Everybody now has the medallion. They now all have a self cleanse that they can use before getting thrown, or maybe after getting thrown before they get taunted. So that can play into some factors.
All right, I had to make some
getting rid of that
to the
Malthael.
Malthael going out. Wait a minute. Oh, for double soaking, I guess. But I mean, like Junkrat's.
I mean, that's Infernal. Yeah,
you
already have the wave clear good enough. I'm actually surprised by the Malthael. I mean, Malthael's annoying, but I think Zarya. I mean, there's last rites
right? With the shield.
Yeah, you already have last rites. You have Zarya shield for last rites. You have shielding for hitting anybody. So, but it's still, I'm still annoying for Garrosh. If he ever gets low enough, then it is always that threat if Zarya uses the shield incorrectly. ReGen picking up Valimar on that Lucio, going to give people some depression with the Lucio, uninverted on the classic pew pew man.
I mean, Snag doesn't want to take any breaths, so I'm just going to wait this out. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
Carbon on the Tickus and Corgi Booty on the Sonya. That's a more good shrine control, actually, for the side of CTON right there.
It's not a lot of wave clear out of CTON. I mean, it's only Tychus. Tychus has got the Q and grenade. What is this? Spray and pray and grenade, which can clear a wave well enough, but it does put him a little bit more susceptible to engages. But if he has Garrosh nearby, I don't think anybody's really going to engage on Tychus. Yeah,
but I think they're a fairly beefy team, though, right? Even and particularly with the added healing from Zarya.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's CTON's definitely like Tychus is not any threat because like if Tychus steps up to the wave and Garrosh is anywhere nearby, which he's going to be sitting in a bush next to him, like they're not going to hard engage on Tychus unless they see Garrosh on the map. So I mean, Tychus is going to be able to do whatever he wants really, but it's still going to be slower wave clear than ReGen, so that might play a role.
All right, while we're waiting for the load screen. Who do you like better in this game number 1 based on this comp, Snag?
I mean, I'm always going to go with the Zoom Garrosh.
Even with the lack of wave clear?
Even with the lack of wave clear, I think it probably will. Honestly, I think ReGen probably might be able to pull this off with late game map control. There's a lot more. We'll see how it plays out, but I'm going to vote for CTON.
Okay. That is fair. I mean, I always, my personal self, I like whenever there's a good old-fashioned Lucio and then Junkrat in this map, particularly with the shrine control I think that Junkrat brings. So I'm going to actually put my vote in for ReGen. So, with that being said, ReGen in the blue team, Porky on the Leo, Valimar on the Lucio, Hocho on the ETC, Unaverted rocking that Ray, and Centurion on the Junkrat.
And on the right side, we got CTON, Fury on the Garrosh, Carbon on the Tychus, Enigmatic on the Zarya, Elhaim on the Deckard, and who's the last one? Those jerks. Carbon Booty on the Sonya. Yeah.
This the old classic move of look at that. I haven't seen this in a long time.
They have less wave clear. I like it.
I like it too.
I mean, it made a big difference. I mean, look where the minions are.
It did make
not that big of a difference.
What are you talking about? That's like it's right here. That's a pretty good. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. A little less than halfway, but again, it gives Fury a little bit more stepping up ability on the Garrosh. People have to walk in to get the orb. Decides not to throw it away. totally would have thrown that person just to steal the orb. That's totally worth it.
Also, it was a really fun dance party we got to watch for a while. Valimar,
Yep.
the first to get chucked, and they are Lucio, so he just yeets and skeets their way out of there.
Yep. Yeets and skeets.
I was told that's a new fan favorite, so I have to use that. Probably way too much, and then it'll be a fan favorite anymore. Slide on the Garrosh, and the mine was actually pretty well placed, and Fury did a really good job of just avoiding that altogether and walking around.
Great, like a lot of times, yeah, you scare them into walking backwards. It's like, oh, quick little forward step, and then you're fine. So, very smart thinking or a quick thinking from Fury there.
Yep, Carbon was out by a little bit, trying to shoot down that Ray, but quickly backed off when they saw the rest of the team from the ReGen. Eyeing them with lust and envy, I assume. So
yeah, we can already see this lack of wave clear is already paying for CTON or paying for ReGen. Oop, but Fury's in trouble.
Fury's fine. He's fine. Yeah, and I think whose medallion was that? Was his medallion?
Yeah.
Yep. So 300 seconds, 500 seconds. I don't know how long it is.
300 seconds, 5 minutes.
300 seconds, 5 minutes. That's why I always think the 500. So yeah, 5 minutes. All right, camped on one, bottom going to ReGen. They're on their way to the left camp. What do you want to go with?
I mean, like this thing, CTON's not able to clear fast enough. They have to have Zarya sitting in the middle for that whole fight on bottom, which is why ReGen knew that they could just take that neutral camp. And even during this, they can take their own camp and probably still invade. They probably won't want to, but they could have since they see Sonya in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that wave clear is already hurting them for CTON.
For sure. They're trying very hard to clear out this mid one, though, it looks like, but whoa.
Like, they're still on the camp.
Lucio? Oh, Lucio's checking the camp. Look at this.
Yeah, I mean, they have full control of the map, I think, right now. Leaving Raynor just take it. Does he have Exterminator? He does not, so he's just going to take it the old-fashioned way. Doing some damage to it slowly.
Just doing the
Should be able to clear it fast enough.
Alright, we do have both what is this one? Sapphire and Ruby on the Deckard. Again, Ruby was nerfed recently, so it's no longer up all the time per cube, so it has become a bit more worthwhile to have two gems than it was before.
Yep. So you can spare every other. I guess Sapphire is still not every other because
I mean Sapphire was still picked. It was still viable.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there was fewer people were doing it that way. They're just kind of going all in with Ruby.
Just all the damage Deckard basically.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I want to see.
Clear
all rubies.
Hero.
I mean, he has to be kind of part of their wave clear. So using some of those rubies, at least having a ruby on cooldown whenever it's up, to be able to do that. What's the ability called?
Herodic Cube.
Herodric.
I think it's Herodric.
Yeah, it is.
Chuck on the Leo, and he's going to ghost his way out of there.
But they already have the shrines, the head on monkeys. A lot of rubies going out, so
look at all those rubies. Yeah, and he's gonna actually run his way up there. Zoom. Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think Leoric's invited to many parties the second time if they keep ghosting out of them? What? I'm just listen. We're early. This is early. Nothing's happening just yet. Anavura does get huck chucked into the party zone, but able to meander out. However, Hocho had to go in there a little bit to zone and was not able to escape, and they are going to go down as the first kill of the game.
Yeah, they burned out 3 medallions for that one too. Nice. Root there.
Fury able to get. Yeah, I was able to get a little bit of healing, but Root on the Raynor and I think was it Leo. So that was an even trade at that point, 1 for 1.
So really, like, just kind of brawling this out. They walked way in there to try to get those throws. And they actually have the bigger they are from the Tychus, which is interesting. So it's up all the time with the throws. They want to try to do a lot of the burst damage to get them down to like that 35% health, and then finish it off with the hopefully extra shielding from Zarya.
I was going to say, both teams are already level 8. We're at about 5 minutes in, and we get the first Punisher coming in, and it is the frozen one, which means it's a little bit easier to actually dive on this one if if CTON so chooses. And it looks like Fury is looking for. Was that the Junkrat mine or not mine, but trap? Good throw on the ETC, and Hocho will go down again. That is another 1-for-0 trade in favor of CTON.
Yeah, I mean, now that they have the bigger they are, they really can just throw anybody they want. I mean, throwing at ATC and being able to chunk him down to at least 50% before he even gets his slide off, especially once he gets taunt, I think people will be in trouble now.
Yeah, but Porky no longer has Ghost Form, and that is going to be. They're going to die, right?
So much,
they don't get away. He did heal for quite a bit. And it did take Carbon quite a while to gun him down, but it did eventually happen. Corgi Booby is going to be watching this bottom camp, and yeah, Junkratu has
We got knocked with them?
Yeah.
Okay, Spear wasn't up yet.
No, Spear was used.
Yeah.
He used it right immediately to get in, yeah. So it was like, what, 10-second cooldown, something like that? Meanwhile, top lane, Fury is awfully low, but able to mosey on out a little bit and get into safety. And Carbon will zoom out as well, so no one is going to die. Corgi Booty just clearing up the bot lane, not really looking for the camp right now. Level 10s have hit for CTON.
Checking out this damage, we got the big minigun Space Marine beating out the regular rifle minigun or regular rifle
what
Space
happened?
Marine. Sonya was actually a really nice little invade. He was standing on this bush next to the Khazra camp and just waited for Junkrat to kind of rotate down to the camp. Got a nice spear and got a kill.
Damn, I was actually trying to
Smart
remember
play
what button was the damage.
Two.
Hocho able to slide out of that throw from Fury, and this time they will not go down. I think taunt was used as well, right? And so no one was caught in it.
Yep. Tenth, do you have the mosh pit? We actually have the old school pinball wizard, the W build, looking to get some combos on the W, some extra damage from the ETC. Not going with that the new auto attacks with the Guitar Hero.
It does look like ReGen. Actually, I don't know who's really in control of this game right now. I know technically, I guess CTON is because they took the mid camp or mid fort. But I still feel like
CTON, I think,
ReGen has really
smarter.
good. Yeah, I feel like ReGen has really good wave clear though, and they're not really like that bad off.
That's what's been keeping them up. I think if they did not have this wave clear, then CTON would be hard control of the game just because of the rotations from CTON. I think CTON's definitely been keeping ReGen at bay with where they need to be, as opposed to where CTON wants to be. So, but the wave clear is definitely definitely keeping them in the game for the control. But they're looking for an invade, actually.
Yeah, and they were... Oh. Huh, that was an interesting boot, but... Fury is still alive. It does take the Junkrat ultimate Riptire to take him down. Garrosh will die, and that's the second kill for ReGen, and they're looking to immediately invade and take this camp. Oh,
I mean, they can do Expulsion Zone if they want to, but they probably don't care. Yeah.
No. Honestly, it was an interesting thought, though.
So many rubies.
Meanwhile, Corgi Booty is taking this camp in response, knowing that no one's going to be rotating to them anytime soon, and they're going to start clearing up this mid lane. But look how much...
yeah.
Well,
what?
I was kind of looking around.
Damage.
Well, I was going to say, actually, that this bottom wave's starting to pack up a little bit, but not really.
Not too much, but ReGen ahead on the monkeys once again. But this is kind of the story that they did on the first Punisher, where they had that lead on the monkeys, but eventually started getting picks with the zoom Garrosh as he goes again.
Yeah,
looking for the Junkrat. Nice.
And he had his self cleanse. I think that was his regular cleanse, right?
Yes, that was his unstoppable.
He's unstoppable, and he still has medallion.
Indomitable.
Yeah. Indomitable, unstoppable. And Junkrat will go down. Porky's going to get really low and Ghost on out of there. That is 1-0 in favor of CTON, and they're going to be looking to take the monkeys down for their own second Punisher. That's actually the weird part to me is now some heroes like Garrosh and even like late game Rel have 2 cleanses, right? Or they can if they so choose.
Every 5 minutes is a long time. I feel like. I mean, using like right now, Fury has used his twice in the game, but they haven't really been too impactful.
Oh.
Since he already has his
another run onto uninverted, able to kind of back up enough and not get killed. A great zoning by I think the Junkrat with the mine. Sleep on Deckard gets ETC and catches Valimar on the Lucio, and ETC will go down.
I mean, they've been roughly 4v4ing this the whole time. I mean, Porky just joined in with the Leoric, but Sonya was actually on the shrine the entire time while they were doing those fights.
Right.
And like that showed the power of that. All they needed was the Tychus and the Zarya and the Garrosh, and they're gonna get picks.
For sure. I'm just looking around.
So 2 Punishers, like I said, same stories before. ReGen kind of using their wave clear to get there first and get kind of ahead, but CTON's team fighting with the Garrosh Zarya is just too much right now. ReGen's gonna have to do a lot more disruption to try to at least maybe body block, force ETC to get thrown. He's not gonna be able to use his abilities to knock off the Garrosh.
Yeah,
So I think
Porky
he's just
might
has to
be in
sacrifice
trouble
himself.
here. Yeah, I don't know if Porky gets out of this. I guess there's a trap there. They didn't really hard commit to that like I thought they were going to, honestly. Sonya, though, bot lane does have a wave and a pretty nice sizable creep coming their way, and it looks like the rest of CTON, or a good chunk of CTON, are considering joining them on this endeavor for the bot fort. Porky again being tossed, not connecting on the I can't think it's called. I say buried alive entomb.
Yeah, not quite buried alive yet.
Yeah. We got like a full-scale kerfuffle going on here in the bot lane, though. I don't know if Porky's gonna make it. Nope, goes down. And Fury, though, getting awfully low. Sleep from the Deckard. Is it enough to keep Fury alive?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, clutch.
Just enough. However, Riptire's coming through. The throw.
Try to get the throw.
Yeah, it did keep him farther away from potential future damage. But CTON's pretty low from their support and tank side. It's still a 1-for-nothing trade, not trade, 1-for-nothing in favor of CTON, though. So they just keep winning like these small skirmishes over and over again. Like not like getting like massive team wipes. They're just getting like one kill each time.
Yeah, I mean that's enough. Like they have Sonya can keep up with the wave clear enough. They as long as they're doing these 5v5s and Leo's
Looking
in the
for a
fight with
gank.
them, I mean they don't need the wave clear if they're dead.
Yeah.
They can't wave clear if they're dead.
What was the joke? You don't need healing if they. Oh no, if they're dead.
If they're dead, they controlled.
If they're dead, they control.
Classic.
That logic. It's flawless.
Level 16's ahead. They're still looking aggro. Fury's always staying on this mount, trying to look for a pick.
Yeah, he's looking for
Leo's
a bad
been in the off
rotation.
lane. Trying to get that level 16 available. Push out enigmatic.
And then on the
Is that the
Zarya,
bait?
but
Okay.
yeah, they got actually immediately is backed up, knowing they hadn't I think they knew they hadn't seen Fury in so long, and they had a feeling that he was creeping nearby, waiting.
Yeah.
Want to see if they can get a quick pick on. Sorry, I was just kind of reading chat real quick. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say, but it looks like ReGen's trying to make a push here in the bot lane a little bit, but they're kind of getting pushed out with the mid lane camp. And Corgi Booty just keeps going off doing camps. Like I don't think I've seen them in a team fight in like a couple minutes. He's been doing camps.
Even in the big brawls around objectives, Corky Booby on Sodia has just been like just sits on the objective as the four of them kind of run around and try to get kills and do the team fights. So even during the normal situation where you're doing these kerfuffles, he's not even kerfuffling.
Yeah. Why my mouse button not moving anymore? That's really annoying. Alright, well that sucks.
So third objective here. One big throw already.
Yep. Ooh, and that is a very, very stuck and dead ETC. They were trying so hard to get out of there, and they just could not relocate at all.
Yeah, that's actually a very. I like the combo here coming out from him. With the Leo actually helped him in that fight with the Zarya and the expulsion zone to keep ETC in there. That was another medallion going out for Valimar and Lucio.
Yep.
So, like, looking at the Fury play there, so he got the throw. He actually did the throw, then Q, and then it did Undomitable to himself, so that way he could walk up to the ETC and get the taunt. Otherwise, the ETC tried to knock him away. So good use of the Undomitable there. And then with the Entomb, it actually trapped his own teammate in, trapped Hacho into an Entomb, and Expulsion Zone kept him there even further. So kind of a fun interaction with the abilities. And again, just leaving the Sonya on there. Just do what he needs to. The four of them are just going to run ahead.
ReGen's looking. I think they're looking to make an engage here because I think this is the time. If they lose their objective by the next one, right? Or they're gonna lose it anyway at this point. But I think the next objective comes up, they're not gonna have 20, and CTON probably will, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and CTON is actually just gonna rotate away and not even get the last one, and they're gonna clean up their lanes a little bit because they got all the time in the world.
I think the more that they hold this is actually going to give ReGen level 20 before the next objective, which is going to help ReGen, but ReGen will probably lose a fort and may lose mid keep if anybody dies. But they're definitely gonna take this fort now. They have time to go take the monkeys. They're actually gonna they're gonna play super greedy, go for a camp again and the fort.
Okay, there we go.
They have to get in there. They see them coming in.
All right, slide onto Fury, able to walk away again. Another great sleep from Elhay, getting I think 3 regen members. And
he's in here. He's in there.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't do anything.
He was thinking about it. They were thinking about it.
He's almost in there.
Mortar Punisher gonna take a quick walk and have a slight conversation with the mid keep here, I believe. Throw onto Valimar and Lucio will go down. Yeah, that was very, very quick.
I mean, Tychus kills fast with Sizzling attacks, but I don't know if it was that fast. Holy cow.
Oof. And CTON has to be smelling blood a little bit. I think if they get one other kill or two, right? Oh, that was very close trying to get unaverted right there by Fury.
I think the Punisher's still half alive. Corgi's almost, but everybody's kind of hurt. I think they do have to kind of back up now.
Now they back up.
They might not even get the keep.
I think if they got that pick on unaverted,
now they're popping out and they're going to.
Yeah, they're going to get the keep.
Level 20 is just hit as well, so he hit the Odin right after 20.
He's looking again. Not able to get the pull throw. They're gonna back up. Yeah, they're gonna back up. I was kind of wondering. I know they were. I mean, clearly, if they got another pick there, they would have kept going in. But
so during all that push, ReGen, one positive coming out of it, they did get top fort, so that's gonna allow some of the catapult pressure to even out
wall
there. Yeah. So that's a little bit closer to 20, but they should have it by the next objective. It can still come down to a 20 fight. Next objective is going to be bot lane, which does not help ReGen. That unlucky for ReGen. But if they get a team wipe, they can just go through top keep and end the game.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
Now, taunt, root follow up. Hocho not able to slide their way out of there. There's a great actually entomb by Porky right there.
Yeah, that was right on the corner.
Yeah, so they kind of were just like scuffed and not able to do their engage that they wanted it to really full on do. Level 20, like you said, has been on for CTON. ReGen about halfway there. I think they desperately kind of want to grab that before they do another team fight. That entomb saved, right? That entomb saved what 2 or 3 kills right there?
I mean, it definitely saved his ETC.
Hey, but I think they run at them though.
They probably would have ran at them, yes. So we got the perfect gems coming out from the Decker, making sure that he always has either rubies or sapphire available whenever he wants it. The seasoned soldier and double up from Garrosh, going for that anti-burst on the extra armor when he's really low. Going for hard piano build.
Ooh, they're looking. Porky knows they're looking for him. Porky's taking a quick little. He's gonna take a quick little vacation back at the Nexus.
Just gonna scoot away. Just ghosty spooky walk.
He didn't scoot. He did he mounted up. He rode his way off to safety. Clearing up the mid lane here. CTON is kind of hoping someone from ReGen moseys up in that general direction. ReGen going the other direction.
They have all the time in the world.
They're all kind of looking. Everyone's looking for ganks or whatever. Like.
This is what I always like to do at once you get to the stage where you have things pushing in lanes, you don't really need to show yourself, because showing yourself is, you're not going to gain anything by having everybody in the lane. So I always like when teams do this, where they just keep their offlaner as the only one that's visible.
Yeah.
Make sure that everybody else stays off the map, so you can probably assume that the rest of his team is there, but you don't know for sure.
That's very smart too, yeah. And it's like, he's like, I know if you listen to some people's comms too, when that does happen, you hear like the, I don't know where they're at. Where the hell are they? I'm scared to walk around.
Yeah.
Because out of any bush, ReGen quickly on the shrine. They haven't won one yet though, but they are late game.
They always start.
Yeah, late game with Leo. And Porky's been playing really, really strong. That was a nice little grenade. Oh my goodness.
The buried alive with the mosh was so good.
And then there comes a Riptire. Not really. Anybody. They're all so low though.
God.
Fury though, walking away, another sleep, just breaking off the engage. Oh my goodness. So unaverted. Unaverted was looking for the
Decker. Resets on these Riptires.
Level 20. Level 20.
Got 3 of them so quickly.
It's level 20s, man. It's Riptire. Cooldown reduced by 25 seconds for each enemy hero hit. Yeah, so it's pretty good for that point. Porky is backing? No. He was thinking about it because of the camp top pushing top, but they're going to keep fighting here. It is 5v4, and we do have. Oh man, I can't even really tell what the hell is going on.
They're just trying to use everything, trying to look for somebody, looking for the unaverted. Nice taunt. Might be able to get him with animatic. There it is.
Yeah, they did. I did not get up there in time for most of that. Another buried alive though. Silence on the Fury, not able to really get out. Dance party. Oh, the anti-synergy.
The unlucky. Back up during that.
Right. And they're going to get a second one, right? Yeah, Mosh Pit's now down to 81 seconds. Arcane Punisher will go. Yeah, we'll go in favor of ReGen, but Hocho is not going to make it out of that, no. Oh, he's got Death Mosh.
That was all over the place.
Oh, yeah. That team fight was everywhere. I had no idea what to even go with that, honestly. And top was taken by... The keep was honestly taken by the camp eventually, which is why Porky was considering going back at one point. 2 keeps down on the side of ReGen. And this Punisher's not going to get much with 2 of them dead right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, honestly, that Punisher was a win for CTON because the camp took that top keep, and they're not even going to lose this bottom fort. The biggest win for CTON. Take that trade all day. But I want to know how CTON lived during that fight with the... They had a 3-man Entomb to open it up. Moshpit came in with a 3-man, and nobody died. So, that Deckard with the roots or the rubies, I actually couldn't remember who exactly was in the mosh.
Porky's thrown in. Is he gonna ghost out just in time? Yeah. I think he did damage reduction too, right? Yeah, that's also. They're going to get that camp immediately.
They gave up that Punisher. Didn't really care about that fort anymore. Looking for an unexpected kill since ETC was still dead. Keep those deaths going in like one at a time.
It is 12-3 in favor of CTON. Looking at the damage numbers, actually, Junkrat's the highest. But Tychus is not that far behind, and they have a good amount of siege. But look at the siege level numbers for both Leoric and Junkrat on the side of ReGen. And you would think with that high siege, they'd have more control of the map, but like the lanes are just not in their favor. And I feel it's because
3 to 12 kills.
Right, it has to be because they're always just down a person because of how CTON's comp and how aggressive they've been throughout the entire match. They're looking. Unstoppable. Nice. That was a nice bump by Hocho there to save from what I assume was going to be a taunt.
Yep. He does not have his Indomitable yet, so next time that tries to happen, he'll probably have it. Gonna get the runaway.
What's the cooldown on that? 40 seconds?
About 40 seconds, yeah. So he'll probably look to wait for the next time it's up. Well,
now, granted it is late game, so like literally if one team gets wiped, it's game over. It doesn't really matter what team it is. But that being said, since CTON has had control of this game for most of the match, what do you think ReGen has to do, Snag, to kind of just find that little last missing piece to win a team fight and get this victory?
I think they need to get Zarya and a Buried Alive. I think that's going to be their big play. If they can negate some of the shielding, double points if they can get Deckard, but I don't think that's ever going to be possible because of the way Elheim's been playing on the backside. But I think if they can get Zarya and kill Zarya, then that'll be a big win. Like, they have enough tools to be able to kill Zarya fast enough. Because they'll have... I mean, the Rainer will do fast enough damage. The Leoric does fast enough damage. The only problem they're going to have is that Fury will be there to be able to throw somebody or taunt and get the focus on him. But I think if they can kill Zarya, then I think they can win the team fights.
And their camp is not up. They're going to take this camp right now. I'm just looking around the map. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, 3 to 12. This is such a tough
spot. Casually looking around. Yeah, this is a long game one. This is a best of 5 too. So these teams ain't playing.
Well, I like when you click on them, you can see where they've moved their clickable buttons. It's like some of them have moved it to the number 1 slot. A bunch of people keep it at the number 6 slot.
Oh, actually, I rebound my 6 to be one of my mouse buttons, my extra mouse buttons.
Yeah, and that's what they might be doing too. We don't see what hotkey they use for it. I think it's just interesting that you can actually see where people have moved it to.
I always forget how to change players and back, so I don't want to do that mid game.
I mean, you can just you don't have to click the player, or you don't have to go to the viewpoint. You just have to click on their hero.
Yeah, but then it keeps it on the
until I see their cooldowns. Then you make a box.
Yeah, whatever.
So quick.
Ooh. Porky getting chucked again, but really that's the best person to get thrown, I think, on the side of CTON. Oh, that was a fantastic throw by Fury.
I saw
to keep Carbon out of that. Oh my goodness.
I saw him silenced. I'm not sure how he was able to throw.
No, but Carbon was silenced. Garrosh was not.
No, Fury was silenced.
Really? He was not inside the box,
Yeah.
though.
Maybe it was just because the model overlapped. I definitely saw Fury as with the silence above him.
All right, they did get him rooted, though, and they got him booped away, and he will go down. And that is something that ReGen desperately needs right now. And they're going to look... Are they going to keep pushing in on this? No, they're going to get the objective.
I think they want to keep him here. There's 3 catapults looking onto the core soon. I think if ReGen keeps him here without dying, they might be able to win on catapults.
If CTON keeps him here, you mean?
Yeah, if CTON keeps him here. Like, don't die.
Oh, another silence.
Oh,
Tomb. Oh my goodness, Mosh Pit on the... that was Deckard, yep. The disengage, not in time on the side of CTON. That is now 2-0 in favor of ReGen, but like you said, there are catapults, and they are chucking at the core.
They're doing core damage. Holy cow.
They're doing a ton of core damage.
They might just run that. Okay, so let's see it out. They almost were looking like they're going to run to core and just try to trade it out.
I mean, they should, what they think about it. It is now 3v4 here at the objective.
Yeah, they're still going. They're still fighting.
They're
3v4.
backing up. I'm curious why ReGen was backing up so much there.
Maybe try to bait him into a little bit. Like, try to have the advantage with the Leo coming back in. Leo's going to have buried alive again. I mean, I'm surprised CTON's still here. Anybody can die at this point.
Alright, ghosting in. They're looking for something. That's got to be the Zarya right there. And they will go down. And Garrosh is silenced in the entomb. Now they are back and free. They chuck 2 people away, taunt, and are trying to walk away. The Decker Pot is in a good location for them. Porky, though, ghosting over.
We're gonna see them backdoor. I think Porky's gonna try to backdoor here.
They kind of have to.
That's like,
this is GG, I think, right?
No,
27-minute Punisher.
They don't have a very good Punisher clear. Okay, yeah, he gets seen, so there's no way they're gonna be able to. But I think they want to try to bring some of the members of ReGen back to their core, so that way they're not pushing with it. But
they're looking though.
ReGen knows out like crazy.
Yeah. ReGen knows that this is the only chance. Oh no, if Deckard goes down here, it's definitely GG on the side for ReGen. Oh, the Mosh Pit unfortunately does not connect. But Deckard is still going to die. Yeah, it's a short cooldown nowadays. No big deal. Centurion is all by their lonesome here in the top, though. With Corgi Booty is kind of looking at them.
But Punisher's going to jump on the next person. There's still Odin available.
This is getting tense. Jump on there.
They want to bring it to mid keep.
So this keep's going to go down top for sure. 40 seconds till Deckard comes back.
Yeah, they can definitely end. The Punisher should start melting it.
Yep. Throw onto Hocho. Oh no, Fury's gonna go down.
Getting farmed.
Yeah, he just got melted again. And now ReGen is looking hardcore to finish up in the core. Porky sciencing Carbon on the Tychus. Core is going to go down, and that is GG. ReGen takes game number 1 from CTON.
Yeah, I mean, that was good. I mean, like, for CTON having all the kills in the early game, ReGen kept their cool. Oh, my house just closed. Oh, never mind. It caught back up. I mean, ReGen got the picks that they needed. They got the early Garrosh picked, and then they kind of just chained the kills with the Zarya afterwards. Or actually, yeah, I guess it was Garrosh, Zarya, then Garrosh again.
No, they played that really well late game, because the whole time, like, CTON had them on their back feet, but ReGen just kind of, like, I think they feel like they knew that late game they have it, particularly with, like, those silences from the Buried Alives were just so clutch. And then also, I mean, I think, was it the Junkrat, right? They had their minds in their never-ending Riptires, it felt like.
Well, yeah, I know, 3 Riptires in a fight, like, it's hard to win.
All right, we're going to take a quick bumper break, and then we will return for game 2 of this matchup. There we go. Now we're not muted. I'm trying to fix something on here with the caster frame, but it's not doing what I really want it to do, and it's making me sad. It's making me very sad. Let's try this one. Okay. The NGS one, the regular one's working, so I'm going to go with that for now. Good enough. I'll take a look at the Storm version later. All right, we are in camera snag, just so you know. I know you're not really looking at us, but we also, I think my bumpers had a glitch for some reason, but that might have been because I was messing with Soothsayer. Anyway, we are back. Let's go look at the maps real quick. We're waiting for game number 2 to start up. But ReGen did take map number 1, Infernal Shrines, from CTON, and we'll look to see where we go. I think that means CTON will have the option of first pick or map pick, but they were playing that map really well in game 1, and then they just kind of ReGen just kind of started clawing their way back in and took some really good team fights, and were able to secure the victory.
Yeah, all you need is level 20. The game's not over until you're basically, it's level 20 team fight is all you need to do. They basically just had a very long extended level 20 team fight, or level 22 or whatever they were, right, over that top shrine, and then they had a lot of mind games back and forth of trying to, do we need to go back to core? They took 60% of their core damage from just catapults, so CTON wanted to keep them there as long as possible. So there's also a lot of mind games there at the end, which is really fun.
Yeah. Real quick, while we're waiting, Boundary X, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Much appreciated. And it's actually a nice time for a quick reminder. I don't know if the bumpers show it this time, but the Matcherino is available. If you hit ! Matcherino, you can see how to donate to these players for Storm Division. And as another reminder, technically any bits, any subscriptions you make go to the casters that happen to be casting at the time when you make them. So in our case, we have decided to donate whatever we end up getting to the Matcherino Fund as well. That's
go to the players because they're doing all the work.
Yeah,
we're just sitting here for a couple hours.
We're like old people that have jobs, so we just do this. We just do this for the love of it. We don't. We're good. So anyway,
speak for yourself. We're not good.
Listen. Other than my state being on fire,
yeah, no kidding.
And I can't go outside because it smells like ash. It's fine. It's no big deal. Whatever. What's the worst that could happen? Let's see. Are they in a game yet? Lobby.
I don't see unaverted in one.
All right, we're going to Cursed Hollow. First draft team is team 2. So let me go update that in the maps. I'll go to the map screen for a second. All right, so this is picked by ReGen. Bam. We got a long night ahead of us. This is how
I'm not if they go 3-0. Yeah, it's gonna be tied.
I mean, I don't think they're going. I don't think this is going 3-0. This was those two teams were so
They're
tight.
Close.
Yeah, yep. It was so close. Game 1. So actually, though, speaking of, what do you expect to see from either of these teams on Cursed Hollow, which is always a fun map?
Yeah, I think the drafts will change up quite a bit. Cursed Hollow opens up the avenues of the Abathur and the Lost Vikings. You can get some more of the Dahakas. Garrosh is not as good because the lanes are so wide, or not the lanes, but the objective areas are so open and less funnel. There's more avenues for people to come in from, so Garrosh is not as good to get your team involved. Probably won't see the Zarya this time, but with the extra bans of the Abathur and the Lost Vikings, or if they get left open, then now you're prioritizing the gray mains. You're having the option for the Zeratul and the Illidan maybe, but Diablo could get through. Like last time we saw Chromie and Diablo banned, and Ana and somebody. Who else
I
did
mean,
they?
you
Who
can
else
still
did
see
ReGen ban?
Zarya on this map, right? If they want to do some hardcore.
Yeah, she has a
push.
lot of poke. I mean, yeah, either hardcore pushing with somebody where I can try to get soaking enough, like with an Abathur, or you have that option of having a elongated fight where Zarya has that poke with her grenade, and you have somebody else in another lane doing whatever. But what did ReGen ban last game? It was Ana and somebody.
Chromie? No. Nope, wrong
No,
one.
Chromie was banned by CTON.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Maybe I
remember.
should write these things down.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort.
Who does that? That sounds like a lot of effort. Cursed Hollow, the old standby. The OG map, I think, right?
Yeah, technically this is the map that you, if you're a new player or if you make a new account, you have to like play on this map for like until you're level 10 or something like that. They just force it.
I thought it was 5 or 10 games.
What? Okay, maybe some number came from somewhere, and so it's like definitely what they call the OG map. But yep, immediately those two heroes get banned out. So
Yeah,
no one deal with that.
No one wants that. And you know what?
Now are we leaving up in the Chromie?
The whole world thinks.
Are we leaving up in Chromie or Diablo? Or both? Ana's might be open.
This is a good Diablo map. Oh, ETC. They didn't like that from last game.
That kind of tells me that they want to go Garrosh again, actually. Still. Yeah, the ETC was annoying enough because you don't always have Indomitable to get a pick, but you do have your throw a lot more often. Getting rid of Lee Ming. Interesting. Now there's Diablo available. There's Chromie available. There's Ana available.
It's a whole smorgasbord of heroes available. Greymundo will be the first pick, though.
Opting for that hard camp control. And I think that's pretty good because if ReGen goes for either Garrosh or Diablo, then Greymane has that cursed bullet for an insta-kill. And then CTON can pick the other.
Okay, what's going to be on the side of ReGen
now?
I'm actually very curious.
I think they go for a healer and a DPS. Okay, they're going for the Garrosh. Okay.
And the Sylvanas. Ooh.
Gonna be Hacho's chance to throw some people and kill them. I wonder if they pick the Zarya now. Is it just gonna be run it down with the opposite team?
Run it down, boy. Just run it down every game.
Yeah, just run at them. Zoom, zoom.
I feel like we didn't get enough zooming from that first game.
There was a lot. Are you kidding me? I think the shield from Zarya was on Garrosh every single time.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe like 80% of the time. 80% of the time is on Garrosh.
Fury picking up the Diablo, and El Hay will be on the Deckard once again.
What does ReGen not want to play against right now? Maybe a Yrel, maybe a Samuro.
No one wants to play against Samuro.
I mean, I like it. Everybody likes these bands. Abathur, Samuro, Vikings on Cursed Hollow. Just get rid of all the annoying stuff. Like, why are they even in the game?
Get rid of all the heroes that have no business of being in Hoots.
Right.
What is the ban here? Is it Ana?
Healer? Is it Ana? Yeah, I was thinking Ana. Or Tiger.
Oh, that's good too. That's good too. Yeah.
I think they probably take the Ana here.
You think so? I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Stukov is actually not bad either.
I could see a Stukov. You have your silences with the Garrosh throw. A lot of teams don't really pick up the Stukov anymore.
Oh yeah, I forgot Valimar is playing. Yeah. Never mind. Right wing 100%
all day.
Yeah. I wasn't. I did because I know Valimar's subbing tonight, so I didn't even think of him on this team right now. That makes sense.
And he loves the Brightwing and Diablo, and honestly, still combos with the Garrosh because of the sheep after the throw.
Yeah, I mean, like the Brightwing does kind of hard counter the Diablo right now. Ooh, Dahaka, and I feel like we've seen a resurgence on Jaina lately. Like,
no kidding,
I see her all the time.
Yeah, it's quite surprising. I don't know where Tassadar went. I mean, Tassadar got All they nerfed on
Tassadar
Tassadar was his Q.
Yeah, apparently there's enough because Tassadar is now booty.
But they nerfed his Q max stacks. A lot of times you didn't get max stacks in the game.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing though, because I know you've been in the in-houses too a little bit, and I've been watching them closely. Tassador's not being picked. Not in in-houses.
He's not. I know.
Not in Storm League, unless you're like in Diamond or lower, from what I'm seeing. Like, he's just out. And whatever that last change was, and Jaina's the one that's in. Like, that's what blows me away.
They're all going for the big blow up.
Was there a change in Jaina though? Because I don't remember Jaina getting a change at all. But like, it's literally was Tassadar is gone, and Jaina is the new hotness. So
yeah, like people, I feel like there was this meta where Orphea was huge, and like people wanted nerfs on Orphea. Did she get nerfs? I think they tweaked some things. Maybe.
I honestly don't remember if Orphea got nerfed.
So I'm just checking right now.
Yeah.
I guess she did get some nerfs on her trait build, which was, I mean, didn't have to be the mandatory build either way.
Yeah. In all fairness,
I mean, they nerfed they nerfed the popular talents, but honestly, her unpopular talents are actually better. So, but Orphea's definitely fallen out.
Yeah. Real quick, on the side of ReGen, we have Valimar on the Brightwing, Hocho on the Gary, Centurion on the Falstad, Porky playing the Rel, and Unaverted on the Sylvanas.
And on the red team, we got CTON, got Fury on the Diablo, Enigmatic on that Jaina, Elhaim on the Decker, Corgi Booty on the Dahaka, and Carbon on that Greymane. The Greymundo.
Greymundo. I was going to say, too, Jaina is kind of a classic...
she's a soft counter to Garrosh, yeah.
Yeah, a classic counter to Garrosh. But is Garrosh...
Archon got nerfed.
Oh, Archon got nerfed. That's actually
a big deal. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's a lot bigger. Okay. Anyways,
here they started blasting the top lane.
Yeah. Trying to do some Sylvanas little poking stuff in. Get a quick Diablo or a quick Garrosh throw.
These are some weird ass lanes, and that's a technical term for you folks at home. Because of what the hell, we got the solo laners in the mid lane. We got the
Valimar every time.
Oh, I'm looking at the bottom lane. I'm giving the off laners some chance to shine.
Yeah, now they're gonna put the two globals next to each other. That's smart. But like, so I mean, Hacho and Valimar are kind of running around between lanes because they have. Oh, sorry. They have that potential to be able to get some picks, get some rotations from the DPS. I actually like there's two globals from ReGen with the Brightwing and the Falstad where CTON's just got the Dahaka.
I think so. Oh, we got an invade. Or we just have that. I thought they were going to go for the camp for a second, but then they took the vision, so they obviously weren't anymore.
Yeah, they just wanted to make sure that they can see when somebody does go to that giant camp. I mean, since the objective's on top lane or top area, CTON's going to want to hold those giants for a little bit longer.
Hocho was just so patient there, waiting for Corgi Booty to be able to get a throw on them, and I don't know. They're not going to get him, though.
That was a great
time. But he came back out!
Oh my gosh, barely gets at that last lightning bolt.
Oh, why did he come back out? That was so unfortunate, but that was really great reaction by Centurion to recognize that and able to get their lightning on them as quickly as possible. Yeah. So that is the first kill of the game in favor of ReGen, but that mid camp is kind of coming in. Not really going to do as much right now, I think. With Sylvanas, they're able to nullify most of it. And Valimar, top lane with the Brightwing. Yeah, so many globals on the side of ReGen, although, you know, they had their own global.
Compared to one.
I mean, it's like 2 is, pretty on this map, I think, is actually pretty strong.
Yeah, it is.
Or I guess, I mean, not strong, but it's like, it's really
kind of always
showing.
Run around.
Yeah.
You can kind of always run around with like 2 people and have the other 2 join in anytime. Like, if they wanted to, granted it would be a dumb play, but they could invade these giants and have their 2 globals join in and have the numbers advantage.
Yes, on top. I love the B-step battles. And these players know each other, like they play each other all the time, so they're just messing around having fun. But I love the B-step battles. Hocho, hot chucking Fury over there, quickly gets polymorphed. I mean, look,
Going
okay,
for the
look
W
how
at
much
level 4.
look how much damage was done by just the Brightwing and the Gyarados right there.
Brightwing going Dream Shot. Yep. Gonna get the
that's-
cooldown resets.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What do we got going bot lane? Centurion trying to clean up these Siege Giants before they leave. Corgi Booty obviously trying to harass them from doing so. Mid lane,
should be a
Porky.
win for Centurion.
Yeah, Porky's. Are they though? They're losing.
I don't know. They're really like they were getting auto attacked by Corgi Booty, or Corgi Booty was able to get a bunch of auto attacks in there to trade out that health.
I don't know what lane to look at. Hey, Hocho gets stuck there a little bit, throws Fury back into the bush, and Porky has joined the party. And pushing Fury back a little bit, and are they going to finish him off? Oh, he got him so very low, but he's able to walk away. Falstad had a hearth completely, actually, but they were able to clear the Giants. It is a but an even push mid bottom lane. Throw on Fury, they're going to go down, but that's a lot of damage done by the Jaina. Not in time as the Brightwing teleport, but Centurion flies in, gets the Jaina in response. That's a 2-for-1 special so far in favor of ReGen. They're looking for a little bit more salami.
I think that Decker can delay for so much. Okay, but he's not going to be able to. One more.
Corgi Booty will.
Oh, nice
Centurion!
There.
Yeah, nice polymorph though to get rid of the tongue immediately as well.
Finally don't have the interrupt.
Yep. Alright. First tribute goes to ReGen. Meanwhile, Carbon was trying to get a little bit extra soak in the mid lane. And where are we gonna reset? Unavoided gets tossed or muscled over, but not really much to do when you have your support and 2 tanks there.
But
Hocho's
looking on the other side. He can throw over the wall.
Hacho?
Oh.
Hacho.
I say Hacho.
Is it Hocho or Hacho? I actually don't know. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
I don't know. I've been saying Hacho.
Well, one of us has to be right. Hold on a second. What's going on here?
I don't know. Next tribute coming in. Brightwing actually using the teleport.
Yep. Carbon.
For the false on the bot lane.
Carbon able to sneak on out of there. Ooh, that was really close. We have yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. That's how Carbon had ended up hitting as well instead of going for a full back, but Hacho's in trouble in this mid, trying to just run away.
Yeah, he was top and now he's mid and now he's dead.
Yeah. Got a little too greedy there trying to get the different little pestering in between the jungle, but CTON able to capitalize on that and immediately going to turn into their boss. But I think this will actually be fought by ReGen. I think they can go to that boss. Oh, no, they can't. Tahaka's going to burrow.
Yeah, no. Hocho's not going to be back anywhere near in time. They're going to clean up the lanes a little bit. They have their boss pushing bottom. It's a kind of an even trade. Even on the tributes now as well.
We don't see Ring of Frost anymore. You have a Deckard and APOC. I feel like that's a perfect Ring of Frost combo.
I mean, Wally's got a 60-second cooldown. Isn't Ring of Frost like
Ring of Frost? Ring of Frost like 80?
Hot show. Alright, we're being told it's hot show. Hot?
Okay, so I was right.
Hot show.
Hot.
Hot. Cho.
Sound like the Haka there?
No, that's the
So sound that reminds me of the Haka.
That's the old South Park episode with Randy and his
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna go farther than that, but
what are you talking about?
Boss being clear, top lane Centurion is finishing that up. Tribute is spawning, and we got 2 people channeling from the same area.
APOC is APOC for the interrupt. That's not good. I mean, that's a 1-to-1. You don't really need to use APOC there. But they're blowing everything to try to get these interrupts and kills. Might be able to get the hot show.
See? Wally is pretty good for interrupts too, actually, to be fair. We got a big old fight in the bottom between Porky and Corgi Boo, but the rest of the team's actually fighting mid lane, and no one is actually dying.
But that did give CTON the better map position.
Oh! That great polymorph, because that was a great stun on by Fury on a Centurion, and the polymorph is able to protect Centurion from being picked up and chucked or manhandled on the backside of that party. We got...
What is going on in this choke point?
Yeah, we got roots galore, Booty on the side trying to get the objective, not able to do so, not able to challenge it. Porky's going to be jumping over in a second. Hacho is on the Jaina on the backside. How did he get over there?
Ran all the way around. Ring around the Rosie.
Who's stuck in there? Is that Falstad? Okay, I couldn't. I mean, there were so many bodies in there. I really couldn't tell who was in there. Porky! Oh, that was a great tongue.
Crazy with these tongues.
Great tongue. Diablo's gonna go down from the throw from Hacho though. 2-for-1 special in favor of CTON. I guess he just wanted to make sure Arbor didn't die. Yeah. Oh.
I think like CTON really just kind of bullied their way into that positioning, forcing ReGen to back up, and they're kind of stuck in that this little choke point between their towers and this U-shaped thing. I mean, like the Garrosh can only save so many people, but the fact that Diablo was able to just sit there for so long with a Garrosh on the other team, pretty crazy.
Here they come. They are looking. Oh, they're gonna back right there. Oh, okay. Uninverted though immediately just says, "All right, I got my trait. I can get this." Porky gonna grab that vision, but Fury's gonna be there to have a slight discussion with him about the lack of, I don't know. I was gonna say a joke about stealing, but I couldn't get it in my head correctly. So there you go.
They have all 5 down here. This is just gonna do a full-on fight for kind of no reason.
Oh, the throw onto.
That was a great silence by Uninverted.
Yeah, it was a really great silence by Uninverted. Yeah. I was going to say the throw onto Dahaka, and they are what's one dead Zerg Dragon.
But, I mean, he's going to be back up, and he's going to have Burrow available for this fight. Oh, he does not have Burrow available for 40 seconds.
Look at this top lane. That's a pretty good push right now. Okay. Isn't it?
Yeah. Wait, where was APOC used?
I don't remember, actually.
Was that by accident? I mean, APOC was just used. Yeah.
Just now? Oh, I was looking at the top lane.
Yeah.
Well, they know they can't get this tribute, so they're getting the top. They're getting the bot lane. So they get a free 4 out of that. That's actually not a bad trade for CTON, all things considered.
No. I mean,
that's actually a really great
the availability to give it up.
Yeah, there was a great kind of read on their part. The tribute was top lane. They knew that ReGen would probably go and rotate to get that, and they were already all bot, so they might as well take the fort real quick.
I'm sure they had the comms with Corgi Booty on the Dahaka saying that he didn't have his Burrow available for the tribute. So unless, I mean, they have the Decker. They honestly probably could have delayed that long enough because Decker can delay for forever and Diablo can delay for quite a while. They probably could have delayed long enough for Dahaka to get there.
You know what?
Opted for. No,
here's the thing. Here's a thought. Was that APOC to see where ReGen was at to make that decision?
I mean, maybe. That'd be something to ask him. Probably won't remember his every specific IPOC, but
I'm just kind of curious because you said that was like a weird. It was like a weird random time one. I wonder if that was used as.
Yeah, I'm thinking they were trying to get Brightwing on the bottom, but he blinked away to a minion.
Oh, that might be true as well. Like I wasn't watching that was going on, so. All right, next tribute is up 2-2. So whoever gets
the big boys on the curse.
Yeah, gets the curse.
Oh, Carb's in trouble.
Oh, though the Gust, they're dead.
Almost got away, actually.
It was very, very close. But the Gust is down for the rest of this team fight. But also, Greymane is down for the rest of this team fight. And they're looking. They're looking and they're pinging. We got some pings saying that we're taking a quick look. We're considering our options. We're looking for a fight. Porky is Rel and is not at all concerned for their safety because they have Ardent Defender.
And the run speed, like she can get away from everything.
Yeah.
It's got the Hand of Freedom, got the instant mount, you got the self cleanse, still got her Ardent Defender.
There's no danger.
Yeah.
Throw again on Corgi Booty with the taunt. I believe that was hoping to get both Fury and Booty, but they were only able to get the one. They're going to kind of walk away from that. Falstad, though.
Trying to get that booty.
Centurion. Damn you. Centurion's taking the bot port. I should just say Corgi then, huh? Are you gonna make booty jokes? Am I not allowed to say Corgi? Am I not allowed to say booty? Centurion getting the bot lane actually really getting, I think, both towers. It looks like both down there at this time. Oh, we do have a strong push going on. Great unstoppable, not in time though. Sylvanas will go down. Both Uninverted and Valimar on the Brightwing will perish, and so will Hacho on the Gary. That's a 3-for-0 special. And I believe CTON fleeced the store with that deal they just grabbed.
Yeah, I think they that definitely was a big save after losing the 3 forts. I mean, they'll be able to get both bosses at this time. They'll be able to run bot, get the boss before the rest of ReGen reses.
Do you think Centurion stayed bot a little bit too long with that, or should ReGen have been a bit more passive than knowing that they were kind of split pushing there?
Yeah, I mean, they saw CTON was able to see Falstad the whole time. I mean, he was always showing in the lane, so
And it was
ReGen's
too
like,
far to
or
fly
CTON was
up.
like, we can keep going. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had to have walked away, and I don't think since they saw him never walking away, they're like, all right, we'll just keep running it down. They got really good silence, really good tongues from Dahaka.
I believe Fury, just so you know, I believe that was a good corner.
He's a fat Diablo.
He tried. He's like, please, kind sir.
No, that's the second time that happened.
Well, that time it's
the
because he thought his Greymane would keep attacking.
I know but that's what happened on the top boss as well. Oh man, he just went in there. He did not know who else was there.
Hey, you know what? When you're a big beefy Diablo, you don't care. You just go. It's go time.
The double boss here pushing the end with camp in the middle. I imagine they're probably gonna push for bottom. Keep Dahaka in the mid, just trying to make sure that he can keep up with the soak, get close to 20.
Sylvana's caught out. Sleep root goes down so very quickly, and that's a very, very timely pick for CTON. They're going to hard push this
one of the
bot lane
assassins. But the snowman's trying so hard.
I mean,
He was running his face first into that gate.
do you think that Jaina likes to build a snowman?
Yes.
I'll be here all week, folks. Don't you worry your pretty heads.
Keep going down. 15 minutes before level 20s. I mean,
24 seconds.
CTON still has 2, and CTON still has 2 objectives or 2 curses. So or 2. What's it called?
2 tributes.
You'll
get there. You'll get there, buddy.
There you go.
You've only been casting Heroes of the Storm for how long now?
Like
Says
by
the way, says the guy who also forgets shit all the time. So you know.
Well, talking is really hard.
Talking is actually super hard. Me no talk too good.
Me no talk too good. Level 20 is almost trying to get reached by CTON. I think they have Dahaka, has Burrow. He's going to be able to try to run to a different lane to try to get that 20. They probably have, 2 more minions? Or 2 more waves, rather? But they're just going to give it up. They're actually just going to give up free curse. They didn't have 20s.
I don't know. I don't know about this. This feels.
I mean, CTON, I think will take that all day.
I kind of understand though. It's still not. It's not advantageous for them either. Like the lane's pushed out on both sides, kind of, but bottom particularly. Like it's a tough. That's a tough call for ReGen to make either way.
Is it? I feel like you just kind of gave up a keep, basically.
Could they have gotten
definitely all restructured? Yeah, they were near. I mean, they could have positioned better for it. They had Sylvanas rezzing within plenty of time for delays. Maybe they're just scared of the insta blow up with the Greymane.
Yeah, we do have 20s reach. Wind tunnel.
The biggest thing they were scared of was trying to get 20. Yeah, big plays with the wind tunnel.
Here we go. This is the defense that ReGen needs. And the assault that CTON wants, I presume.
Ooh, Graymane's actually going for the basic attack cleaving with extra damage.
Yeah, I saw that.
Going for the big burst on
they just want to pick. Why are they pushing there though?
What's the time on boss? We got still 2 minutes on boss.
I'm very confused by the play of both teams there. Honestly, I thought that C10 would be a bit more aggressive on that. Curse push.
Like, they had the kill potential with the Jaina and Greymane. I mean, I think they probably could have gone for anybody. And they might have been looking for it, and nobody really presented themselves. They kind of just let everybody just clear. And not even take... They got 1 fort out of it. So that's pretty much a win out of ReGen.
That's a win-win in my book.
It's level 20s. Inner Rage, got the additional body check from Garrosh and the reduced ceiling.
They are looking for the Falstad. Dun-dun.
I'd like to see some the full blink Brightwing here. We see a couple of them in here. I know this is gonna be such slow as everybody kind of just runs around and tries to bait it in.
They're just waiting. Now
I was like, do they even have enough kill pressure to do the full blink hidden in lane? Like, I think at some point they get all the full blink and they kind of just hide in one of these bushes.
I mean,
they see Jaina bot now.
They are fully hidden, almost. Valamar's like,
like
Centurion, stop doing things. Yeah, they're baiting. They gotta be baiting for them to come to Porky, right? Oh, boy. Okay, okay. This should be interesting. I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about this.
They're the big gust. Do they go for it?
Oh, that feels very... Yeah, they got the camp already, though, so that's going to be damage onto ReGen.
Spell armor.
Yeah. Sleep! APOC! Oh, Garrosh goes down. Rel goes down. I don't feel like that was what ReGen... I think ReGen wanted a little bit quicker engage on that, because once that camp was taken, that is not a fight they want to take.
Yeah, I mean, that mage armor probably helped out a lot. I mean, that's what, 30% spell armor?
Something like that, yeah.
Or 50% actually. No.
I'm pretty sure that's GG, because
it should be.
Yeah, 3 people down. CTON is just going to hardcore push on the core. Greymundo.
Fury, I mean, Universe trying, though. He's still going to try to kill him.
I mean, yeah, they're going to get Enigmatic there. They're going to get Fury, most likely. But, I mean, Carbon is now... Carbon's on the core. Like, it's GG. Game number 2 is going to go to CTON. And they even this series up. And, I mean, that was very, very strong. I mean, well, again, this is going to be a long series. Because these teams look so good so far.
Yeah, very even.
Looking at the kill count. 8 to 11. It's actually pretty even. I think because like what 3 kills were at the very end, so it was 8 to 8 until that very last team fight.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, 8 to 7.
Honestly, it was kind of slow. I mean, people took the fights that they wanted to take, and some of the fights went a different direction than I think that we were expecting. But you know, CTON, I feel like the Diablo late game with their Garrosh, Diablo with the Greymane, they were just melting people. Like Greymane Jaina just melt, and then Greymane took the go for the throat for that extra burst damage at the end to finish off somebody. Jaina kind of getting them squishy. Nobody was safe late game.
Nobody is safe. All right, we're going to take a bumper break, and we shall return after a word from our sponsors. Alrighty. Let me get cool the music. We're back. Game number 3. We're going to Dragonshire. I actually haven't updated anything. I just got back. We were getting quick water break.
So nonchalant. Alrighty. We're back.
Alrighty. Where are we? Dragonshire.
Dragonshire.
Who picked the map? Alright, look. Well, ReGen. Like yeah, there we go. Quick ban on the Garrosh. No one wants to play with that noise anymore.
Garrosh has lost both games.
And yet, here we are.
Yep. Here we are. I'd imagine Diablo probably gets banned out and going for the other tier tanks.
Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna mute myself.
And now I can hear your AC unit or something in the background. Did they get rid of the Abathur here? Another decent Abathur map. You have somebody soaking, allows you to get control of the top. I think there's probably going to be a priority on your rel here. On maybe not a full first round, but definitely a second round. The bans. Ana? Deckard? Yes.
Okay, I'm back. There we go.
And the popping's a little less too.
Excellent. 2 good things.
It's a win-win. Yeah.
Garrosh banned, Maya
but
banned. Yes, less. That's fine. We'll figure out later. Chromie being banned out. Second, she wasn't banned in game 2, but she was banned in game 1, right?
Yes. Yeah, because I mean, game 2 they had to ban out the Abathur and Lost Vikings, so she kind of went through. Did no priority during the picks. Diablo available. See if Hacho is going to want to pick that up.
Diablo. Everyone loves a good bro. I mean, I assume.
I'm not sure what they want to go with first. There's kind of been differences in first pick priority. It's usually been a tank of some type. Liming was banned last game.
Yeah, Centurion.
Yeah, it was left open the first game. I guess it was Infernal Shrine, so they probably didn't care to pick Liming on Infernal.
No.
But obviously some favoritism towards the Liming.
Some favoritism.
I think ReGen banned it last game.
Mm-hmm.
Third time's the charm for Deckard.
I mean,
this time
Deckard's still pretty good.
Still pretty good, he says.
Not.
I mean, Deckard was never bad.
Hero. Not a bad.
Actually,
hero.
Has Deckard been bad?
Deckard was not great when he was first released, I don't think.
Yeah, I think, I guess there was a time when Deckard was pretty C tier. Like, the pots weren't doing enough to actually heal. I think he was, like, really good at one point, then got nerfed enough, and now he's bringing it back up. Finally getting the Stukov pickup.
There's a Stukov. I'm 1 game too early on the Stukov. But
CTON once again picking up that Greymane that worked last time with the kill pressure. They can still do the Jaina on this map. Yep. Less good because her cooldowns don't really allow you to rotate back and forth well enough, and like there a lot of times the bot shrine is a lot more sustainy fights. Liming has those quick cooldowns, big damage abilities. Getting rid of the Diablo.
Sorry, I saw what Noah said. First pick.
Yeah, first pick, exactly. Especially first pick Liming on Dragonshire. Like, this is not like a known Liming map. She doesn't have like she can wave clear. She has to position really well to wave clear pretty quickly. I mean, like, it's not her best map, and it's a first pick, so definitely some prioritization there.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But what I do know is that Enigmatic took Hanzo, Captain Booty took Rexar. Now that's a hero you usually see on Dragonshire. Yep. And there's the Genji and the Chen, which we all predicted coming next after having Liming. And his team has 0 wave clear.
Yeah, that is pretty low. That is pretty low on wave clear. They have the reset, double resets. And Hanzo is pretty squishy, but it's gonna be hard to get to. I honestly, like, without the full engagement from the ETC, it's hard for Genji to really do a lot to Hanzo. Main tank Imperious.
Hell yeah!
Just a Greymane, and I guess an ETC. That's a questionable move, but however,
questionably fun.
Not really. I mean, definitely questionably Fury. But but there's not a lot of damage coming out from ReGen. I mean, like there's Li Ming, and Genji. Imperius probably won't care that much about it, but I like it. Main tank Imperius, gonna try to get some of those spears. I think the Hanzo pickup was really good because on Dragonshire, like ETC is pretty much exposed the entire time, and Hanzo just shoots arrows at him nonstop, and it makes it so that ETC cannot step up. And if ETC can't step up, then Genji probably won't step up. So this could leave room for Hanzo to kind of just poke at him for a long time because there's not a lot of wave clear there, and Fury just get that spear for the kill. Let's see how it plays out.
We just gotta see what they do, right? On the left,
see what they do.
We have ReGen looking to take a lead in this series. We have Valimar. Wait, I didn't change that up. Valamar's on the Chen. Porky is on the Stukov. Hacho's on the ETC. Centurion on the Ming, and Unaverted on the Genji.
Valimar is kind of that unknown known.
I forgot about
laner.
that. Yeah.
So red team CTON looking to try to break away from this tie. Carbon on the Grey main. Corgi Booty on the Rexar, Elhaim on the Decker, Fury on that Imperius, and Enigmatic on the Hanzo. And they're looking for a quick kill on possibly the Chen.
I think they're looking
when
for
he maybe rotates.
Oh no, they're looking for a kill. Yeah.
I like Decker throwing a little couple pots in the little corner, kind of little parting gif as he goes to a different lane. So that way,
who wants some healing?
Get some healing.
You want some healing? You want to do some healing, buddy? Valimar not fooled. He's like, I don't see anybody. I ain't walking through there.
Nope.
Alright, so actually with the Rexar Chen, we might be watching that top lane matchup a bit more than usual. Enigmatic having to use their hoppy hop. And that was a pro B-step right there. Did you see that? Did you see that B-step? That's how the pros B-step.
So they're looking for a kill on Chen up top.
Yeah, they are.
And they're bringing Greymane back up.
Yep, and they're going to get it. Where's this B-step in
All
space?
that patience. All that patience.
They waited forever. Alright, that being said, let's take a look at the level 1 talents. Do you see anything of interest for you, Snaggy?
Redemption from the Hanzo. I like it. Going for that kind of... It's like fast, but also slow wave clear because you insta-kill a minion, or maybe that's not that talent. But at 7, he will insta-kill a minion because he's probably going to take the level 7 talent. Usually with the redemption because you get that attack speed. Opting for that quick knights since gonna leave everybody. The strategy here is a little different from CTON since they have the Imperius, the gap for that going for that quick patient game. So he's kind of in trouble a little bit. Gonna go back in, get some healing.
He seems fine. He had a pot there. You know,
yeah, he knew what he was getting into.
He had a little bit of a beverage there to take care of things. Valimar. So far, it looks like the Rexar's winning this, but maybe the Chen gets better. I mean, it was a late Chen.
They're gonna invade on Giants.
Yeah, and they're gonna invade on top lane though. Chen is speared again, and they are very, very low, and they're not having a good time. But like you said, they did get the Giant steal at the bot. I always wondered if there's gonna be a kill there somehow. Immediately will be cleaned up though by CTON. Look at these Giants.
Going the same build. Oh, it's a level 4 that he gets to insta-kill minions, not level 7. Level 7's like the anti-armor, right? For Hanzo?
Yes, I think so.
They're just Imperius is really just running between top and mid.
Yeah, these lanes are
trying to get those top kills.
So everywhere. The Siege Giant is still throwing at the fort right there, but they have to...
I mean, Grandma's gonna go clean that up. Everybody's gonna go clean that up.
Right, but that's still
They're still keeping up with all their lanes. Did that classic... Oh, how much did he get out? Cast your math. 2148.
What happened?
Nothing else. Seeing that's how much help the fort took. Like the rotation is not the classic rotations going on here. We have ReGen capturing both things, but Centurion's actually a little bit in trouble, but it's able to get away. The Hanzo damage getting in there.
Chen drinking to their heart's content, Unaverted, kind of trying to make sure that Rexar does not know that they are. Corgi does not know they're there, and he wants that booty. Does not get the booty, but they might get the bear.
Do they get the bear stun? The bear has a stun here.
Misha! Oh, nice hop, skip, and a jump. Going back to bot lane. We have support and 2 ranged, and Centurion doing chunky chunk damage. Where did they go? They went to orbit 4. Yeah.
The Pierce actually did not go in the cube. It was going
Uh-oh.
for the burn build.
Carbon on the Grey Mane, though, made a level rotation, and Stukov is no more. That's a second kill in favor of CTON, but Hotcho, I'm sorry, sliding on the Hanzo. Yeah, gets the reset. They get that kill back immediately. Is Valimar...
Like,
yeah,
Fury just, like,
lane?
always trying to... They just really want to kill Val on this Chen.
My guess is that they know that Chen beats Rexar then. Because they've been up here so much, and having Imperius there does negate a lot that Chen wants to do, right?
Oh, no, he's in trouble.
Another rotation, though.
Full rotation.
Yeah. Chen able to slow him down a bit more. Uninverted on the Genji, looking. Does he have the E? No. Oh my goodness, that was so close. Meanwhile, Carbon's retaking bot, but ReGen's retaking top. And we're going to have a good old-fashioned stalemate. And I'm going to get some more
It's
water.
almost like, I think both teams are kind of doing like a 1-1-3 rotation for a Dragon Shower map, where you're going to have, they're having a rotation between either the Hanzo or the Greymane that sits in a lane by itself. And Fury and on the Imperius and probably one of the Assassins has been rotating around. It's almost been the exact opposite on ReGen, where Hacho and the Genji have been running around. And everybody else is kind of just sitting in a lane.
Oh my goodness, I missed that. I thought...
Wow. Porky got a really good slow silence combo on the Greymane, and Centurion was there for the follow-up with the full combo.
Oh, nice.
But they're looking for Valimar on top.
And they are going to get Valimar. I don't know where to be right now.
They're in every lane.
I know. I did say bottom a little bit too long looking at that. And trying to marvel at the dead Greymane. Oh, the slow on Deckard, though. And now they're looking for the Hanzo, and they are going to get one kill. And I thought there was a reset on that, so... Are they looking for more? There's another...
Yeah, I think Centurion's being... I mean, she's playing smart. She's not just randomly throwing out her abilities. She's making sure that they're going to hit. So even though she had the reset, they
oh, but I was talking about Genji's, actually, E reset.
Oh, okay,
because I believe Deckard was pretty low, but I wasn't sure if how much he could have gotten, and I wasn't sure if his W was off cooldown as well to take the tower shots.
Yeah.
Alright, he's going back for mana. Valimar is going to play around a little bit with Fury and Booty.
He gets the dragon.
And you do get the dragon. First one in favor of ReGen, and they're looking to immediately take some mid-fort damage. But we have Barrel of Laughs from Chen. Wow.
Now we just got to see that him knock people outside of Mosh Pit. That's what we got.
Oh, he took the entire Imperius ult there. I forget what it's called, actually. Angelic Armaments.
Angelic.
And he still doesn't die. Like...
They almost got 2 kills out of it.
Right? Oh my goodness. How did Valimar not die there from... Wow. And I came in just in time to see Centurion kill Hanzo.
The blink with the spell power, with the power hungry, just soloing the Hanzo. I mean, the Hanzo...
Oh!
I was saying how good of a pick it was against the ETC, but with the way it's been playing, ETC has never been against the Hanzo. And, you know, Centurion and Genji and... Unaverted on the Genji have just been reaping in the kills.
Ooh. They're not gonna get bottom though.
Yeah, okay. Two walls, pretty much just about what you expect with the first dragon. Even though they had the 2 kills,
they're looking for Hacho. Oh, that just barely missed.
Barely missed, yeah.
All right. Well, siege camp on the left's gonna be taken. Siege camp on the right, I assume, is gonna be taken.
Last time we got invaded.
Yeah, they didn't actually. They moved. Oh, they're going to the... Wait. Okay, they are going to the Brazier camp.
Yeah, I think they know that Chen's going to have a little bit more time. They can push in with the mage armor, try to get those Chen kills. Open up some of that top lane so that way they can make those rotations a little safer.
Just a wee bit safer?
Wee bit.
Wee little drink?
I'm going to level down for CTON. ReGen.
Another invade. They're looking. Hacho on top of there, uninverted, also yeeting in there with the Genji. Dance Party has been initiated, and Dance Party was very quickly canceled. I have seen, but that was a lot of damage that quickly went in the ETC. However, ReGen still putting up quite a fight. We have Barrel zoning out the bear. And
during all that, there was a lot of potions that went into there with the rubies. I think 2 people just basically went from kind of half health to full health. And yeah, getting that insta kill on the ETC when he was trying to mosh pick of the Greymane and the Hanzo there.
Yeah, that was a very, very quick death on ETC's part. Alright, they're looking.
But
they're
are
scouting.
they going to be too greedy?
I mean...
Okay, they back off.
They're looking again. The Genji's actually getting a lot of good damage right there. And Valimar is actually jumping down on Fury as well now.
Yeah, I mean...
Look at that! Unaverted! Looking for the kill, gets it! And also, Deckard goes down on the backside. I think that was a root from Stukov, if I remember.
Yep. Root combo. Yeah, I mean...
Wow.
Imperius can't deal with the mobility here. I mean, it was a fun pick, it's a spicy pick, but having the Genji dash and he's so skinny, Li Ming is super skinny with the blink, it's going to be really hard for them to secure some of these kills. Like, they almost have to open it up with the bear stun, which is probably why we've seen Imperius on the top lane so much, because he has that extra stun to start it off with. But this will probably be what objective is in the next 30 seconds to start. I mean, they're looking good.
Would you have
really nothing else to do on the map right now?
Out of curiosity, would you have considered Varian over Imperius by chance? With this, because it's the same kind of
point and click. Yeah,
it's the same kind of concept, right? And also is a shield buster,
right?
Yeah, they did. Wow, nice little slide in there, Bahacho, and Rexar is no more as well. That's another pick on the side of ReGen, and they're up 8 kills to 4, and they're taking advantage of this map, control of this map, and game number 3. Oh, Dance probably did not connect.
My Porky was so quick on that root combo.
They're looking to re-engage, not able to... Oh, look at Carbon. I feel like Carbon's caught out a little bit. Arrow, though! Nice arrow. Make sure that they aren't able to catch up and kill Greymane.
I didn't know that if you cancel your silence, that if let's say you put the silence down, hit your trait, and immediately root somebody, and then immediately stop channeling your silence, that the root still goes. I thought it actually was tied to the silence.
No, the roots it roots for 2 seconds,
no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, these squishy people. This Hanzo is getting fun.
Barrel's looking at the Deckard. Man, Hanzo's already going down. There's the ultimate popped by Unaverted. He's looking for more. They're gonna get the bear, right? Oh, I guess they let that go. It is a free dragon right now. They're gonna take that. I'm going to assume immediately march mid and try to keep wall with this. Do you think they also get? That was good. That was good by Fury to yeet themselves over the wall. Do you think they are able to get keep out of this, or just keep wall? Oh, they're going bottom.
I think no, I don't think they can get to keep wall. Death timers are too short. They got all their assassins up.
They keep wall, but do they get keep?
They won't get
You don't think they get keep? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they get. But I mean, they have ETC with Li Ming still up, so I mean they can still do a lot of damage.
Area shielding too from Valimar, from Chen.
Maybe the dragon's still very healthy. Maybe they do get keep. They have Li Ming poking it. They have roots available soon from Stukov. Okay.
And then, yeah, the bear is just going to keep drinking. Like, that's got to be one drunk bear at this point, right? Shove. That keep is going to go down. And now I think they... oh, no! They re-engage with the mosh pit. Quick arrow by Enigmatic to cancel it, though. Huge root from Deckard.
Chen shields.
Yeah, Chen shields, by the way, though. No one is dying on either team. And now it looks like there's a chance. No, he gets away. Barrel! Catches out Hanzo, but unstoppable. Able to get Enigmatic out of there. Yeah, had to use a medallion to get out. They're still looking. Triple stun? Double stun. Porky shoved immediately onto the Greymane, keeps him alive now, and Fury's going to go down on the Imperius. And while they're very low, ReGen is looking to go in and try to finish off getting their kill. Look at that. We have a good amount of damage from
CTON to get a kill.
He's looking. Unaverted's looking right at the Rexar, right? And he took the sleepy times. And Unaverted is...
Wow.
They're fine, but Porky may not be. Oh my goodness. Oh. The Chen shielding over and over again, and Ming just getting kills.
Okay, you didn't see the kill on Genji. So the Genji barely getting away there, but actually the... Oh, nice mosh, re-engage.
Nice mosh.
Wow, that combo. And the
Reset City. Gray. Deckard's not gonna make it. Deckard's not gonna make it. 3 dead. So, they're gonna kill Booty, and they're gonna finish this game right now, right? They are low though. They got Chen shields.
So how Genji got away over that wall? So he dashed out and was starting to run towards the knights, and the scatter arrow from the Hanzo happened to aggro the knights, and the knights all killed Genji. So,
I'm sorry.
I think like one scatter arrow hit the knights and killed Genji.
I guess that timers were too short, huh? I feel like they had a chance to get some core damage, or maybe at least get our key.
Li Ming had no mana. Stukov had no mana.
That's right.
There's no way they were doing it. Mana is a thing.
Mana is useful for those heroes.
But I mean, this Chen shielding is making it so hard for CTON to really get those kills going. I mean, they still went for the go for the throat this time. Which is understandable because you can reduce all that shielding, reduce the shielding from Cursed Bullet, or reduce the damage from Cursed Bullet. But I mean, the Genji and Li Ming, the resets old school is just paying off like crazy. They don't need the wave clear.
Wave clear.
Like game 1.
Wave clears for suckers. Here they come. Okay, we're almost 20. They're looking for a fight. CTON needs a fight right now, right? Right before 20? It's too late now, though. They were looking.
Yeah, too late. Way too late.
They were hoping. Well, no, they were looking right here for it. They're still waiting. They're waiting for a rotation, but meanwhile, ReGen is going to
Giants and Knights with double Giants. This is literally the game-winning push. This is always when you have double catapults, you have 2 Giants, you have Knights. Like, you honestly don't even care if they defend this because you have so much stuff here that you can just
Arrow connects on 4 of them to slow them down a little bit. But Genji pops ult. Sleep is coming down. They woke him up. But Unaverted is going to go down as Genji took a lot of core shots, I think, right there. Tourbus, however, taking out the Greymundo is the Li Ming. Valimar was zoning with the barrel onto the Imperious.
So much.
Yeah. And that is going to be GG. Game number 3 going to ReGen. And that was a commanding game 3 for them.
Yeah. That draft, I mean, they were just maybe after the Hanzo, and that's why they made it to pick up the Genji, but they were just running him down and just getting all the resets so quickly.
Whew, all right. Game 3 is down and in the books. We shall return soon for game number 4 and see if ReGen can close out with a week 1 victory or if CTON wants to take us to a game number 5. Alrighty. Whoop. Back. Where are we at? Game number 4? I didn't update the score.
Game number 4.
Oh, I did it on this screen. But I didn't do it on this screen. Boop. There we go. Game number 4. Let's see. Draft team is team 2. So CTON has opted for first pick. We are going to beloved, fan favorite, Garden. Oh, I'm kidding. Towers of Doom is actually where we're going. No one picks Garden of Terror, Snag. I don't understand why.
No way. Who would have guessed?
If it's like it's not even in the map pool or something. All right. So after watching game number 2, the first 2 games of the series was actually very close.
Yeah.
But game number 3, not so much. What do you think was the
double
major?
Resets.
Yeah, is that the major factor? Because we both commented they had no wave clear, but they made it seem like that didn't matter at all in that game.
Yeah, double resets, and probably the fact that Fury memed on Imperius. That probably was. That might have been the bigger factor, because the people that he had with the Imperius, with the Greymane and the Hanzo, I don't think played as well with Imperius anyways on the map. But still, double resets helped them more than probably Fury picking Imperius helped them.
Fair enough. All right, into Towers of Doom.
Again, probably seeing the arbitrary Lost Vikings ban again. Really big on this map to allow teams to kind of do that 4-man soak on bot or 4-man push on bot. But another map that can kind of just be ran in with the kind of the same comp resets, as long as you have the wave, as long as you have the camps on time. You have the ability to invade and get kills. Yeah, but they're going to get rid of Vikings. Probably see an Abathur ban. Probably going to look like the same draft as Cursed Hollow.
I mean, they are kind of treated as the same map, right? In terms of bans?
In a way. Yeah, in terms of bans, they're definitely kind of treated the same way. Bans and picks, honestly.
But this map, obviously, it's very, very, very important. Muy importante to have control of the bot lane.
Definitely.
I know, newsflash to everyone in chat. The most obvious statement in the world. But that's why...
Yeah, to everybody that might be watching Storm Division.
That's why I have Snag with me, because he actually does all the real thinking. I'm just here to run the camera, make witty commentary.
I think these were literally the same bans as Cursed Hollow. For some reason, Cursed Hollow, they banned out the ETC and Li Ming. ReGen likes the Li Ming.
Hold up.
I know,
Did
right?
Elhay not take Deckard? Do they need to remake the draft?
I know. Misclick, honestly. TBH, redo.
Anna being picked up by the side of CTON. First pick, Anna, no less. So what does ReGen do in response to this?
I wonder if they pick the Garrosh like game 1.
There's the Greymane on uninverted.
Yep.
There's the Garrosh. So why were you thinking the Garrosh?
It seems like with these type of bans, with both the ETC getting taken out and the Li Ming, maybe they like this idea that there's a Garrosh available to, or since ETC is gone, I think they think they can deal with every other tank, even though the Cursed Hollow game they were not able to. But this time they picked up the Greymane, which was a big deal. But now CTON wants to try to bring us to a game 5, which, come on.
Oh, I just hate Samuro. Jaina, though, was also snapped picked by Carvin. So again, Jaina is just a new hotness. She is back.
Yep.
But Samuro was also picked, and that makes my heart sad.
Uther ban. Uther with the Samuro. Was that probably a main tank Uther? Yeah. So they're looking to do a Divine Shield. So far they only showed Jaina and Samuro. What were they trying to Divine Shield? Ooh, I like it. The Medivh portal with the Garrosh. They have Greymane that can take the camps. Like I said, you don't really need to super clear lanes. You don't have to super rotate. You just have to have somebody in lane. And now they have this ability to portal Garrosh into somebody, get a throw, get a Stukov silence.
Alright. I have you on Stukov, Valimar, but I'm going to be watching you this time.
Right. I don't think he plays Medivh this time.
I know Porky does play Medivh for sure. So I know, yeah that's... We
That
don't,
should stay as is.
in theory. But I have my eye on you, sir. Fool me once.
Unless there's going to be another Chen again.
Mirrodin picked up by Fury
Cassia.
and Cassia by Enigmatic.
We've not seen a Cassia in a while after she's
Her
really
latest
dropped in her priority
nerfs.
after her latest nerfs to the level 7 Surge of Light. Murden, I like the pickup against the Garrosh. I wondered if we're gonna see a playmaker because of the Medivh. You have somebody that's not supposed to come through that portal, and then you haymaker them away. Could be pretty fun.
Sonya, though, is the pickup.
I think I would have liked to see the Dahaka there from Centurion. I think Sonya still does pretty well into Samuro, but I think Dahaka definitely does a lot better.
I'm just looking at the
believe.
teams to make sure
Maybe they
one's
do kind of the
changing on
same.
this time.
Doesn't look like it.
Maybe. All right. Who do you like? Who do you like?
I like ReGen. Garrosh Medivh is always fun. I think the Greymane, Garrosh, and Stukov plays will be good. Like, Ana is now in danger. Jaina is in danger. Like, yeah, we said earlier that Jaina was kind of a counter to Garrosh with a slight counter to Garrosh with the slows, but you don't need to be slowed if you're on top of them, so you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Cassia is kind of the same way. They're kind of both really close to the belt heroes, but so I think ReGen's going to take it.
I'm going to pick ReGen, and this is, just to be clear, I want everyone to know, this is an anti-Samuro pick, because I hate that hero. I absolutely hate that.
That's fair.
But anyway, on the blue side of justice, ReGen has Porky on the Medivh, Hotcho on the Gary, Valimar on the Stukov, Unaverted with the Grey Mundo, and Centurion on the Sonya.
I can't think of the name on the red team. Trying to stay in for their first week. We got Carbon on the Jaina, Enigmatic on the Cassia, Elheim on the Ana, Fury on that Murden, and Corgi Booty on the Samuro.
That booty dough.
That booty dough.
That Corgi booty. Who doesn't like to see a good Corgi booty? They are the most adorable dogs, let's be honest.
They are. They're pretty cute. Next to a husky. Anyways.
I was waiting for that. I said that. I feel like I lobbed that up there for you, and you took a while to get there, but I appreciate you did.
Yep.
Anyway, the most toxic hero in the game is rotated to the top, and the rest of the teams are moving to the bottom. Are they looking for? And they are looking.
Valimar likes that reactive spores.
Reactive ballista spores. That was actually picked last game by Porky as well.
Yep.
That is the I think typical Stukov level 1.
Is it? Okay. I'll believe you.
We do have a throw on the Mirrodin and the silenced. Oh, they guessed, and they guessed incorrectly. Fury was able to juke their way out of that.
That was pretty smart thinking. They put that's like double mind game. It's like I can't rotate. If I rotate to my tower, they probably are expecting that, so I have to do something unexpected by going south. But actually coming in here with the invasion.
Yeah, he's coming over to have a conversation with them. He wants to know what they're doing for dinner. You know, hey friends, you have any plans for the weekend?
Sonya has the rotation done as well, so Samuro. They're actually going to send everybody in here, but Valimar is stuck out.
Yeah, but they did get the throw. Wait, Valimar took a portal in, which, they were going to die anyway. It was the only way to go. That is a 1 kill. They did steal the camp, though, and they're looking. Yeah, are they able to get a counter kill at all? It's pretty low. Everyone's really low, honestly.
Well, no kidding. They have no heals.
There is a portal. Okay. Oh, but Hotcho. Oh, they're gonna look for the count. Nope. Okay. That was close. I don't know. I still feel that was worth it because that tower's almost gone now, and actually they're gonna finish it off right now.
Yeah, I mean, but still, somebody dead. So hurt. How are they not dying? Holy cow!
Medivh shield, I think.
I mean, but you can only shield one person. I guess Corgi, I need to start paying attention to exactly who Porky is shielding, because I think his decision making is probably coming in clutch there because they did not have the healer for a while.
Mm-hmm. All right, looking at the talents.
Ring of the Leech.
Yeah, do you see anything interesting?
I don't know Samuro build, so I'm going to assume that's correct. We got Disengage Stealth. Biotic armor for that auto attack for the Samuro. That's really good.
Mm-hmm. It's also, I think
Raven,
that's actually usually a Stukov pick nowadays too. I think. Oh no, Anna's caught the hell out. And,
caught the hell out.
And dead.
Caught the hell out.
They're deadsy bye-byes. And now, yeah, now they're going to chuck Enigmatic into the party zone. That's 2 for nothing. And ReGen taking a very quick lead in game number 4. Man, my brain completely shut down for a second.
Will they be able... Looks like they're actually not going to try to get that top tower, even though they had the 3v2.
What's going on? They're not taking it right now. There they go. Okay.
Make sure they get the soak. Soak's more important.
Is he going to stop it? He is going to stop it.
It's just going to be a pest, this guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Samuro does. That's why I hate him. That's why I hate Samuro so much.
Just delays it longer and longer.
Samuro is the worst hero to play against. God, I hate Samuro. Anyway, we got the bot lanes pushed out pretty far by CTON. They're looking to get a little bit of chip down damage there with their minions. And they're going to use the portal on the ReGen side to clear that up as quickly as possible. Camps are up on both sides. And ReGen is just going to take theirs.
I think so. They keep Greymane soloing the camp, but they make this threat. And this threat slows them down. So now Jaina couldn't rotate into it. We have Sonya coming in. Once again, Samuro coming in. Everybody's getting portaled into it.
Yep. And they're going to get it again. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But that Jaina is getting some pretty good damage. No one is dying yet. And I say that as Greymundo goes down. Hotcho is also going to go down as well. Oh no. And Medivh goes down.
I didn't see what he was at.
I was gonna look. I meant to look, but I was kind of.
So that might not have been worth it that time.
No, at that point, that was definitely not worth it. I think if just Greymane had gone down, and maybe Hotcho at best, that would have been maybe worth. But losing the Medivh stacks hurts almost as much as not seeing some good Corgi booty around.
Honestly, it was fun. It's fun to see these two plays, but I don't think even the first time they invaded, it was worth it. But
it's not clean. CTON's doing a really good job of making it not clean for them, right?
Yeah. It's like,
I'm most surprised that they just didn't portal in, grab it, and portal out. They had time.
Was it? I think the portal.
The portal was still. It was still up. It was still up.
Oh, okay.
I was like, but it wasn't like they'd opted to stay and fight, which at the time seemed semi-advantageous. So maybe they just, you know.
I mean, eventually, if ReGen keeps doing this, but they're gonna have a fight on this top. But if ReGen keeps doing it, they will eventually take that fort. They're looking for Alheim.
And they're going to steal another camp. And has CTON been able to take any camp this game so far? Oh, that was good. That was so good. Even if he doesn't die. Yeah. Like, in mid-leap, Hotshow's like, nah, son.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, no, I mean, CTON has not been able to take a Sapper camp yet. They do have the structure advantage, slightly. Well, not by slightly, actually. They got a lot of more structure damage down, which is towers. But, I mean, they're doing all these rotations back and forth with Medivh.
Hotcho's
just like constantly looking aggro.
They're looking again.
They have all this vision. They might as well.
And
oh no,
the bait! That was not the Samuro. That was a great bait by
30% chance.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Wait, that was weird.
Porky's gonna go down again. Lost stacks. I didn't check.
Yeah, he's saying what the fuck. So he got haymakered out to the same like location as the Valkyrie, and then got pushed back into this little wall. So he like flew away and then immediately flew back in. Oh, maybe he didn't see the Valkyrie. Yeah, okay, he did see the Valkyrie.
He's gonna explain it to everyone. I like it. Yeah. I like all chat for these situations. So we just, you know,
the thing is that he got haymakered literally into the path of the Valkyrie. If somebody wants to clip it and slow it down, he gets haymakered into the path of the Valkyrie as the Valkyrie's coming in. Luckily, the Valkyrie gets stuck on this wall right here and doesn't bring him all the way back into the team.
Ryokai, is there a bug? Do we need to ban something fun in this game from a bug? Rio, are you watching?
Samuro actually was bugged.
Samuro was just permanently bugged, and Blizzard's just like, shrug.
It's a
feature now.
feature. Oh, they're looking for the skill on Ana. This is gonna be a taunt right afterwards. Nope. No taunt.
I don't. What is going on?
Nice sleep.
Yeah, that was a nice sleep, but they weren't really even fully on committing. Like only Hotcho was. I feel like there was some miscommunication.
Yeah, I think they got a little separated. Centurion's kind of in trouble now. Valkyrie going out. Centurion's still in there.
Yeah, they're looking. They want a party.
I mean, this bell tower is not that big of a deal. Like if something goes not in their favor, they don't have to go hard for it. But Jaina Blizzard going out, so they completely turned their eyes on.
Yeah, they did on Cassia, and I almost missed that, but they are able to get the Cassia kill. And now Corgi Booty is in the back line, and now he's not because he's Samuro, the worst hero in the game. And Valimar gets thrown out, saved by Hotcho. They were I'm sorry. Centurion was so close trying to get El Hay on the Ana, but no further people will perish. And we're gonna get a delay. Fury did jump in, I think, so he has no leap out. Instead, though,
the Blizzard chain.
Naturally, Sonya goes down instead.
How is nobody dying?
Well, someone did die. Sonya just died.
I know, but like so many other people from CTON are like so half health, and they're fully in like have
Ana, by the way. Ana
almost died.
Unaverted gets pulled in by the Valkyrie, and that is the gift that keeps on giving. First it gets Porky earlier on, and now it gets Unaverted, and that Valkyrie is just doing work, and I think that was a haymaker onto the Stukov. Wow, Garrosh, Stukov. This game just went
I thought that
full
fight was
blown.
gonna go for ReGen so much better because they got the insta kill on Cassia.
Yeah. Like CTON turned that fight around, and they are now in total control.
They might be able to. I think they get this bottom fort. Looks like
they definitely get the bottom fort. I mean, they get it with the camp at the very least, right? At a bare minimum, they get the bottom fort.
Yeah, they definitely get it now. Right? I mean, they're not going to just let them clear this for free, are they?
You say that. Oh, he slept. Oh, no. Hey, playmakers him away. Valkyrie onto the Valimar Stukov, but not really anybody really there to follow up. Carbon on the Jaina was kind of down below. They're going to go get their camp, though.
This is now the second camp that CTON's able to get, maybe. Porky does have Leyline on his Medivh, so they might just be able to steal it for free.
They're looking to wrap around.
Yeah, I think they know that.
Yeah, they know. Alright, Portal. Some people took it, not everyone.
So far, there's been like 8 camps taken, and CTON's gotten 1 of them. So, that's a win. It's a win.
Medivh is at 17 stacks, by the way. How many times have they died? 2 deaths.
Twice.
So they've been having a hard time getting those stacks.
Take the altars and put an end.
So single altar phase, even talent tiers.
Yep, we're gonna have another kerfuffle
Even
here.
shots.
Wally goes out onto the Garrosh. Hotcho's gonna try to walk away, not able to do so. And now Centurion is in hella deep with Sonya. Oh my goodness! How did that not pull her?
Yeah, that was weird.
What the? Did she use her medallion?
She used the medallion. Yeah.
Okay, she used the medallion.
I didn't see it go unstoppable.
I mean, there was a cluster fun right there, so it's kind of hard to tell. CTON able to get the bottom tower. Tower? Spire?
Bell tower.
There it is. It is bell tower.
Alright, fort. Still a fort, but
level 16s have been achieved by CTON. They're looking at that boss. No? What are they doing?
I think they're probably always gonna. Yeah, since their Leyline is always a threat, I don't think they're ever probably really gonna go for boss unless Medivh is dead.
Yeah, I kind of scuffed my thought process because I kind of meant to say that ReGen was looking at the boss.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, the Medivh shielding is just saving so much damage on these heroes. And they're going to take a quick trip down in here to clear up the bot lane, and I wonder if they're going to rotate to their camp in time to see this. I don't think so. No.
Alright, 2 camps. 2 camps for CTON. We're good. We in there.
2 camps. They're pros at this. Camp
Samurai might be looking for the 3rd.
All right, well, they're going to try to push in
they're
3.
Yeah, into these towers, into this death zone. This does give risk for the Medivh and the Garrosh to be able to throw somebody that might not be good. I mean, even throwing a Muradin with the silence behind it is good enough to get a kill if you're able to get somebody in the death zone. Anti-heal.
Yep. All right, all sappers taken care of.
Yeah, then they're like, all right, we'll back out now. And
they were that was down a talent tier too, so that was a good defense by ReGen to keep not let any one of those go in.
Yeah, I suspect they're probably going to trade out these with 2 of the towers going to CTON here. Cass is already taking the bottom one.
Uh-oh, they're looking.
They're not even going for theirs first.
Fury just shoving him out of the way. Says no.
CTON's just like, we'll wait for a little bit. We can delay these. That's fine with us. We'll send Samurai to another side to steal it or something. You guys can chase
the bottom
this all
bell
you want.
tower. Yeah, now they're looking
Hacho's
for more. What the? I didn't even. Oh, Valkyrie on the Valimar. The V's, the Vals have it. Valimar trying to get to the portal. Not kind of like
Muradin stuns.
He was like stuck in the middle of nowhere. Was that Skullcracker?
Yeah, it was Skullcracker with the sleep. Sleep was in there a little bit, right in between the Skullcracker, which is perfect amount to get Skullcracker back and keep the Stukov stunned before he hit the portal. That was sick.
Yeah, that Stukov looked like he was kind of like just dancing there, going, "I don't know what to do here." I don't like this.
Haymaker is making plays. Fury on this Muradin. He's a threat.
See, wait, you just said Haymaker's making plays, but you had the opportunity to just call it Playmaker right there.
You can't say Playmaker is making plays. You gotta,
no, you just say Playmaker. Playmaker.
That's not a good sentence.
And that's
Playmaker.
And that's why they call it Playmaker. You're welcome.
Okay.
You know, you're welcome for these free lessons that I'm giving you on mediocre casting.
On mediocre casting.
Alright, anyway. Bot lane's being retaken, or attempted to be retaken, by ReGen. I mean, what do you think ReGen has to do to get back in this? Because it looks like oh my goodness, that was a great sleep. The comp of... Oh, wait, never mind. Carbon's about to die. The sleep was not enough. It was a great sleep, El Hay, but not enough. Gray Maid still. Or Jaina.
ReGen has been doing the right thing. They just need to execute a little bit more... more consistently. Like, they have the potential. They have the Greymane, Stukov, and Garrosh. That's really all they need. Leyline anybody else that comes in by. They just really... I don't think we've really seen them being able to execute that combo yet. They've made great decisions. I mean, these decisions to invade all these camps are really fun with the comp that they have. Gives them those pushes and threat in the lanes. But when they're coming down to these picks, they just need to get this Garrosh silence, taunt, and Stukov silence. I like this. This is going to be a big fight uphill for ReGen.
For sure. They're looking to
almost going to be down 20s for this bell tower.
Do they look for a fight real quick to get a pick? Do they try to engage the Medivh though? Like, I mean, I see like CTON's like trying to wait. Yeah.
I think CTON might give it up because they want to just try to get 20. I don't think it might be worth it to give a whole throw around.
They only have 5 shots though, or 5 health remaining.
Yeah, so I said CTON has plenty of time to just, they can just give up these 2 and try to get 20.
My goodness, they're able to stall forever. All 4 shots are going to go in. That's only 1 now remaining on ReGen side, and they just pop Nano. And is Corgi Booty going to get this? No.
No. Centurion's up there to delay. Now ReGen to win. Now they're fighting down 20.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. See, I'm just surprised they weren't more aggressive.
Yeah, they were trying.
There's the Leyline. There's the Valkyrie getting Porky. He's not even finished with his stacks, by the way.
Good Porky. Oh, he's at 1 more.
One more now.
At least finish it before you lose. That's all you gotta do. Okay.
I'm just kind of waiting to see.
I
know, right? I'm just waiting.
We just gotta at least finish that.
Come on.
All right, you can get it right here. Hit it on a clone. Nope.
Get it. Get it. Get it.
Use your Q. There it is.
Got it. Now, Hacho's gonna go down though. Muradin, Fury barely gets out of there. El Hay on the Ana is gonna go down. Unavert is awfully low with the Greymane, and they will perish. Centurion doing their best, but Fury able to Skullcracker them enough for Carbon to finish them off. And that's a 5 individual team wipe. Woo! GG. We're going to game number 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course we are.
I mean, it's
But
what we
do
do
game
best.
5, I thought game 5 is supposed to do, I guess it's, we're going to go to 3 hours. Man.
I gotta open up that alcohol. That's what it sounds like. It's not like you popped a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, that's the
We're going to game 5. Boop.
Time to
drink. Alright. Well played by CTON. We're going to take a quick break before we head into game number 5, and we will see who will emerge victorious. I'm sorry, I was reading chat from Aura. That was pretty much us just begging Porky to use his buttons. Anyway, we'll be back for game number 5 of this series, and we'll see who wins week 1 of the Storm Division between ReGen and CTON. I hope everyone's enjoying the subtle sounds of Subnautica.
Subnautica.
Hell yeah. Get the Subnautica soundtrack going, baby.
Linehouse is getting that ad money. Getting that
Subnautica.
paid. Yeah, the
for your wait, have a
advertisements.
camera. For your COVID indoor needs. Subnautica. When you want to play a single player game all by yourself and get scared from a little tiny fish hitting your submarine, Subnautica. It's for you.
I've not played Subnautica yet, but I've seen watched a couple people play it. It seems kind of peaceful, but also kind of boring.
Okay. It's not peaceful at all either. But
Really?
it's like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a great game. It's actually one of my favorite games, I think, that's come out in the past, 3-4 years, whenever the hell it came out.
There you go.
Great single player game. It's not a multiplayer game. Battlefield of Eternity. We have been taken here by CTON. ReGen opted for first pick after falling in game number 4 to the mighty hammer known as Mirrodin. and his hammer and playmaker, and also I believe Samura was in that game.
So far, Garrosh 0 for 3 in this series. I don't think teams should be picking Garrosh now.
You say that.
I think they're probably going to do it, but I'm going to vote against that team. Oh no, actually no, Garrosh lost the speed. The speedy Garrosh lost. Then Kurstala lost. Yeah, that one. Yeah, so 0-3.
Yeah, Gary's 0-3 and been banned once.
I think you just leave the Garrosh through now. So
Diablo
this is
and Ana being banned, and
ReGen.
banned.
I like this first pick. They like the Li Ming. Li Ming is not banned this time so far.
Yet
when they did the Dragonshire, they first picked Li Ming. This is Li Ming's map on BOE, so I imagine this is probably gonna be the first pick.
Nope, that means
it definitely means that she won't get picked first. Okay, never mind. She definitely won't get picked first.
Greymane.
Do they go for the Greymane? Yeah, Greymane's been the hot commodity in the last couple games, last couple
years,
decades. Maps. Still the hot commodity here, or the Garrosh for some reason.
Let's just take the Garrosh. I will say I'm with you, Snag. Whatever team takes Garrosh, they lost this series, and they just might as well stop playing. Valamar first picking the Deckard.
All right, so I guess they didn't really want to make a decision on what type of race assassin here they wanted to do. I think they probably want to try to go back to Genji, as I think what they're looking for. I think they're hoping that CTON picks some squishy racers. All right, I'm voting CTON loses this game. All right,
CTON has lost the series,
go next.
ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to end the cast right here. It's actually been very nice. Yeah, see y'all next week. It's been a nice evening casting for you all. Thank you to NGS for letting us cast Stone Division tonight. And, congratulations to ReGen for on their. Oh, we're still drafting. Hanzo and ETC have now been picked up on the side of ReGen.
Yeah, so ETC again, classic Garrosh counter, as we said before. Hanzo is probably going to go the scatter arrow build. Still pretty good race. Raynor. I don't think Raynor goes Exterminator. I think they will want the kill pressure probably, even though I don't know the rest of their draft. I like the ban out of the Urel. Make sure that they can't jump on to that back line. Urel's very good at delaying another team from racing, and also being able to dive into those small choke points. I think ReGen probably bans out a healer, maybe the Stukov. Oh, the Zarya. Okay, they didn't want to deal with it again. I forgot about that in game 1.
Banning the cheese.
I mean, they beat it once.
They did beat it. Is
imagine what these drafts will look like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
Samuro is still annoying on this.
Wait, why do you think the drafts are going to look different in 2 weeks?
When we have Gazlo and Diva being first picked.
Oh, I forgot they're banned. I mean, because you just don't even think about them because they've been out of the meta for so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gazlo and Diva are the new hotness. Zeratul.
Right, Zeratul.
I always like to see a good Zeratul. It's a shame, though, that Zeratul's on the losing team with the Garrosh there.
This is nice picked by Corgi Booty right now, which is their offlaner. So that could mean that it's like the 4-man backline, or maybe a Kira comes in with the Garrosh, or a no, kind of what? Okay, so it is good. Enigmatic, last game for the first week for the win. Enigmatic going to his tried and true Lunara. They have some of that spread AoE damage. They have more race coming out of CTON. However, not much protection. Just the Lucio and the Garrosh and VP. But not a lot of damage coming out of the VP. No wombo combos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, even without the meme of the Garrosh, I think I still go with ReGen.
Okay, I was actually going to ask you this question. What tank should CTON have selected for you to pick them to win this game? Because obviously the Garrosh is an automatic loss. We all know this. So
they had an early Hanzo, right? Yeah. So because it was they first picked Decker, they did Hanzo ETC.
Yes.
Yeah, so unfortunately you wouldn't know. I think maybe if they did Raynor Lucio and actually picked like a Nubarak, I think a Nubarak actually would have been super clutch.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
if they did Lucio, Raynor, and then the rest of the draft was the same for both teams. Let's see, they had because like I think Nubrak still would have been good into Blaze and Sylvanas. You web wrap the Blaze so there's no bunker available. Dive Hanzo or Sylvanas or ETC with their 3-line backline. I think that person dies.
All right, well, quick. ReGen on the left, Porky in the blue, I should say. Porky on the Blaze, Valimar on the Deckard, Unaverted on the Hanzo, Hotcho on the ETC, and Centurion on the Sylvanas. Looking to...
And CTON getting in here to go for all the marbles. Fury on the Garrosh, Carbon on the Raynor, Elim on the Lucio, Enigmatic on that Lunara, and Corgi Booty on the Stealthy Zeratul.
Booty, Corgi Booty. Corgi Booty.
CTON wants kind of still playing this mid, playing the 1-3-1, keeping somebody in each lane, but they're probably going to rotate back and forth, I would imagine. Hanzo going back up for a ReGen. The unaverted. What build is he? Is he? Yeah, he's scatter. Nice damage. Could the scatter? Oh, what?
I just feel like saying whom a lot right now. The race is on the side of CTON. Lunara, hippity hopping to the top lane. Are they looking to get some ganks? Or they think they know they're on that camp? Yeah, they do. They know.
Yeah, nice. They're gonna get a throw here. Yep,
and they're gonna get a kill. Unaverted. Yeah, unaverted. Fury on.
They actually might be able to get both. They should get both of them.
Yeah, they will. Look at that. Look at the body blocking. You don't see that in gold and silver. Oh, they got it.
Okay.
You don't see body blocking.
Almost died for it. Actually, since they don't have the healer up here, they're gonna take. Okay, Enigmatic actually took a bunch of damage during all of that.
He's fine. He's fine. CTON taking the early lead in this game. Number 3, 4, 5. What number are we on? It's been a long night.
Number 5, last game.
Last game. Final round.
So how much of a role is Centurion using the wave going forward? Not scared of that, but actually taking so much damage.
I will say, yeah, ReGen did take bottom camp in response to losing top camp, so, you know. It's mostly the XP loss. And Carbon getting awfully low from the Sylvanas and Hanzo damage. Not going down, though. Not going down. So far, Unaverted only has 2. Only has 2 stacks on it. It's a little low.
Yeah, he needs to be working on that. Otherwise, it's going to hurt their race a lot.
3. He's got 3 stacks on it now. All right.
Raynor did go to Exterminator, so that's even more power onto the Immortal race.
They are taking the camp right now. And it looks like ReGen's going to rotate to their camp as well. Are they going to hold this? They're going to hold this, right? No, are they going to cap it? Yeah, they're going to cap it in that way. Okay. So far, I've actually been very intrigued by the rotations of CTON on this map.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot more mobile than you see a lot of teams. Fury and Enigmatic have been running back and forth. The big thing here is that Corgi doesn't have the self-healing that Porky does, even though he does have a little bit more of that kill pressure. But actually, I mean, yeah, CTON just straight up going on that race. Melting that angel.
Melting the angel.
So, what is ReGen going to do to change that up?
I think
they actually almost got to kill a Centurion, too. Like, I don't think there's anything that ReGen can do here.
They have to attack. Go on the defensive. They are looking.
Oh, huge stun.
Yeah, that was a huge stun. They were looking. They were coming.
Yeah, because Porky was queuing up his charge, and they were in that funnel. That would have been a big Blaze stun with ETC slide behind it, but Fury with the big 4-man stun.
There is a question in chat about why Lunara took Siphoning Toxin.
That is a very good question.
I have no insight on that. Map. I don't play Lunara, so I actually had to read what the talent did, and I don't know. But I do know that everyone's dying on the side of ReGen. Unaverted's going down. Who's Sylvanas? I forgot now. Centurion already went down. Porky on the Blaze is also going down. And yeah, 3 for nothing. That's going to be an Immortal in favor of CTON.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Enigmatic is definitely a kind of a Lunara like I said early on, he's been known to be
Lunara
a very
stan.
favorited Lunara stan. Yeah, that's a good word for it. So he does do some wonky stuff. I mean, Siphoning Toxins, I think it's said before that he actually likes that talent a lot. It's very odd since BOE has
maybe
that.
Yeah, sorry.
Was it Nature's Culling is the one that does the extra structure damage and stuff?
Yeah, it does. It does. But also, like, could it be like maybe it's a competition thing too, where they know that Enigmatic's going to be out on an island a little bit, like flanking from the side, where Lucio won't be. And since Lucio has AoE healing, then maybe that extra tick from the Siphoning Toxin will help him out. And they feel like they have enough race as it is.
Yeah, they already have enough race, so he probably didn't need it. So anything that's going to help him live longer.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's again
nice and unstoppable there.
This is this is the creme de la creme of players. They play this a lot. I mean, a lot of these players are also CCL hopefuls. They're all in the in-houses trying to they play a lot of hoots.
Yep.
So I am more inclined to go with what talents they pick in certain situations and trust that they have like a plan in place, particularly as a team.
Ooh, we actually see the potion of shielding from the Deckard. First time that we've seen that in this series with a lot of Deckard every game.
You think that's in response to the Sylvanas damage?
The potion of shielding? It's with Sylvanas on the same team?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's in response
Lunara damage.
Yeah, that's probably that, and the fact that there's only one frontliner, so you're not going to get as many rubies coming out of it.
That's true.
But there's the Zeratul too, so that's going to be jumping on top of people.
I guess Lucio's also makes it a little bit harder to get more rubies. Ooh, Centurion got caught out though, thrown immediately by Fury, and they're going to go down. They almost kind of escaped actually. It was pretty damn close.
Almost.
But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That was actually pretty interesting. So Hacho did a nice slide onto the two on Fury to interrupt, but what happens, the knockback actually pushed him into the Sylvanas to be able to get that throw on Centurion. So Fury with the quick reactions there.
So Enigmatic though is getting peppered, and they are going to get away from that. Scatter arrow does connect, but not enough. And they are able to get the camp on the side of CTON. I feel like ReGen is...
Shaman camp's available?
ReGen's like so close in this game 5 right now. But they're like not just not quite, getting the full execution.
I think everybody's tired, honestly. Everybody looks kind of slow, honestly.
I mean, I feel a little tired.
A lot of games in a row. I'm definitely tired. I'm definitely going to bed after this.
It's all over. It was almost midnight.
I mean, they had just Carbon. I don't know where that came from. They had just Carbon on the Rainer, hitting that Immortal. Literally, they were so greedy, taking with their level 10s, taking the Shaman camp at the same time, and they're still
party bus. Oh, the arrow barely doesn't make it, but Zeratul does go down. Ooh, the blaze stun was scuffed. Not scuffed, it was interrupted, wasn't it? By the Lucio boot. And they're peppering the back line here.
Walks away.
Yeah. No one died other than the Zeratul, but it is in favor of ReGen. They're looking to try to get this Immortal with one person dead inside of CTON.
Yeah, and they see Raynor on the bot clearing out the Shamans, so this is their chance. Unverted taking a bunch of damage. Valimar on the backside. No!
Oh, the throw by Fury saves him. Yeah.
They're really looking for that unaverted.
They're looking for Enigmatic right now, and I don't think he's going to get out of there. And that is a dead Druid. Siphoning Toxin could not save them there.
Corgi Breeze looking for some damage on the back.
Garrosh going down. The Void Prison inside the bunker. Wow.
He blinked into the stun.
Wow, that's just so unlucky.
That's hilarious, actually. I think it actually might have been. I don't think it was his blink. I think it was actually a Seeker in the Dark. I think he used Seeker in the Dark on the Angel to try to blink to it, but it's just right on the stun timing. That was instant deleted.
Looking through the talents, I don't see anything interesting, like different. Yeah, standard.
All pretty good. I like the Lost Souls from Sylvanas. I like the Sylvanas that take this talent instead of the Haunting Wave that gives stacks, because one, I feel like it encourages bad play, but also people sleep on the fact that having your dagger down all the time, like it's always up, and he'll be able to spread it onto Fury to get into that backline damage. This is the part that ReGen wants. They have the turn-off on this building. They can get a lot out of this.
Yeah, and they're looking to get a lot out of this, and They're actually almost 13. They should hit it during this push, I think, right? Oh,
The
Arrow
arrow.
goes down
Oh my
immediately
God.
with the Blaze Stun and the Party Bus. Not Party Bus.
What a combo.
But it is party time. 3 individuals go
That
down.
might be
and
keep
that,
now.
yeah, that's 3 for nothing special in favor of ReGen. And like you said, they are looking to push for a keep.
That's definitely a keep. What a great
ReGen.
arrow hitting 3 of them, and then a full follow-up by everybody.
Yeah. ReGen definitely wants to go to bed.
Yeah, no kidding. Do they
Are they
no,
gonna-
can't go core. There's no way.
I mean,
Yeah,
it is
they're back
still
up.
a half health.
Yeah,
They're
there's
gonna look
3
for more,
assassins
right?
there.
They
get
look
too
more. Huh? Zeratul getting bottom fort.
far. Does he? What's that? 300 health?
That gets it, right? Oh my goodness, that doesn't get it. All right, now they're looking to take bottom fort now.
Don't get. They're still level 13s on them. They don't have to be too greedy.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's gonna get out.
All right, never mind. That does not. How much health does that fort have?
319.
Wow. And he could have finished it off. He left a little early.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think he knew how far they were, though. So I mean, I don't blame him. All right, ReGen, looking to get this fort. Do they see Zeratul? They do see Zeratul top,
mean,
so they know it's a 5v4.
This game went from a like 0-7 kill lead for CTON to all of a sudden a keep down for CTON. So ReGen, they just like all of a sudden hit all the right buttons at the same time. Got the big arrow, big combos. I think they're still looking for it again. Zeratul's
Zeratul,
so
though,
patiently in the back.
yeah, he's looking, and Manic's looking to flank from the side as well.
So patient.
They're looking for an engage. CTON is, and I think, yeah,
Uh-oh. Centurion.
ReGen's kind of scouted it out. Centurion, Booty's just looking
Okay.
to yeet and skeet.
All right, almost 16s. Probably gonna have both teams run to their respective shamans. I think actually CTON's gonna look aggro. They haven't seen Blaze in top lane yet. Okay, they're gonna go back to their own shamans, which is better at this point for ReGen.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I like the different warding here from the different tanks. I like good positioning. Seeing what the avenues of their attack are expected. Wow, they're going aggro before
They're going
16s.
hella aggro. They want this.
Okay. It almost knocked Fury into unaverted.
I'm just kind of waiting
They're
to
just
see.
looking for the poke now.
I wonder if they're so close to 16 as well, but no, they don't. I don't think they want to wait for that. This is a huge defense side for CTON right now. They really want to get a strong engage and get some kills, but
They could easily send Blaze
they're
top.
looking, right? They're looking for... Oh, he went for the unstoppable, but Centurion was able to get out of there, and now Garrosh is separated from the pack. Void Prison goes down. He's looking for a taunt out of there, yes, and a bunker immediately with the dance party. Garrosh goes down, Zeratul's going to go down, and it looks like... Oh, no, they're looking to get the Lucio. Nope, they're not going to get that. They're going to get away. And Matic, I don't know how many leaps they have left, but they are now in trouble, and they are now dead.
So that was the perfect example of the power of the medallion there. ETC, he must have been spamming his one key out of that VP, because as soon as that VP ended, he was able to unstoppable and get the Mosh out so he didn't get taunted by the Garrosh, which I think was a huge deal for that team fight, which was very subtle.
I was actually kind of wondering. I didn't notice it myself. I was like, wait a minute. How did
Because he was
how
right
did he
next
miss?
to ETC
Yeah.
not get the taunt.
I was like, how did ETC not get taunted? But yeah, that's a good
Yep.
point. The medallion just changes things so much for some of
Yeah.
these late game
I
team
mean,
fights.
in both ways. Like it kind of sucks for the people that are making those big plays. Like they had that nice VP there, they had the setup for the taunt, but then all of a sudden it's like it just completely negated by one person having their medallion available. But it's a critical component. So this is a full health immortal. This can totally go core. There's still 16 levels or 16
CTON's
talent
looking.
tier.
They're looking. They're looking for what? Unaverted? What are they looking for? They need the backline dead.
Yeah, I mean they're trying to get some type of catch.
Taunt goes down, but the bunker goes down beforehand. Corgi Booty on the backside looking at the Hanzo. Fury, though, super low on the Garrosh. They're going to go down. Arrow comes out, hits the Lucio. Oh, my goodness. El Hay is going to go down. Oh, they didn't. But Enigmatic did go down to Lenara. El Hay will also go down in the end.
Gonna be game.
This is GG for sure. GGs are being called by by the players. ReGen coming in strong. Week number 1 will take their first Storm Division match 3 games to 2.
Yeah, the long game 5 series, playing around with their opponents a little bit, getting the full VP. Oh my god, are they actually throwing? I think the rest of this should kill the
yeah, I think that kills it alone, but
I think they know that they like made it played around. Like, hey, wait a minute.
Hey, wait a minute. We may have fooled around a little bit too long, but it's still GG. Yeah. Well played by both
I would give
teams.
that to Porky. Like the late games there, or not even late games. It's technically kind of mid game, but
bunkers.
The
yeah,
bunkers are really good late game, and the Valimar actually got a couple good sleeps in the different. Not actually, but he got some good sleeps that helped out. I mean,
Valimar actually did things. All right, that's
Valimar actually did things. Valimar God. But yeah, past 10, ReGen just really past 13, ReGen just like combo.
Yeah, and like those bunkers were like, I don't even know how he got them off. I feel like he was like almost about to get taunted or something during it. All right, so I'm gonna see if Porky wants to do an interview. Let's do what lobby's available in NGS.
We'll make it quick.
We'll make it quick. Let's go lobby.
Still, so Garrosh 0-4. Garrosh terrible.
I'm gonna say lobby 5. All right, let's go lobby 5 and have a chit chat with Porky.
See, I like these because now that I know that we're not in video, I don't have to care about what I look like.
Yeah, obviously.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
Congratulations, Porky. Great job in that series. That was a long, drawn out. How do y'all feel after that?
Well, we feel pretty good for the first time playing together as a team.
You definitely had 2 new people there from your qualifier rounds.
Yep.
So Unaverted joined the team. I saw you said, and Valimar was 79, right?
So Valimar's like in the process of getting approved.
Oh, so they're both gonna be on the team.
So hopefully they will both be on the team.
Okay, that's very strong. So let's actually talk about. We're going to talk about your winning games a little bit, only because it was 5 games. And it's a little late already. I think some of us want to go to sleep. Okay. But game number 1, all the way back in game number 1, I am trying to remember what the hell even happened. Infernal Shrines. Does anybody remember that match?
I guess I was playing. We had Leo, Lucio, ETC, Rainer, Junkrat versus Tychus, Deckard, Sonya, Garrosh.
Yeah, that was the Zumi Garrosh. The Zumi Garrosh control early game.
So that's what I was going to ask. CTON had control of that game, I felt, for a very long time. And then once you all hit level 20s and had your late game comp in full swing, it seemed like you were able to kind of turn that around, particularly with Buried Alive with the Entombs.
Yeah, that's what our comp was made to do. We were made to scale and just completely zone them out and get engages with Silence and Tomb. Like, I think as soon as we hit 20, I hit a Silence and Tomb on Garrosh, Deckard, and Zarya.
Yeah, it was a huge play. It was like
and then we got the Mosh triple kill.
Yep.
Which allowed us to get the shrine.
So how do you guys? How was the comms to keep your cool? I mean, I know you guys obviously play with each other a lot, but
yeah, we all knew that we would instantly win the game at 20 with Buried Alive, Rip Tire upgrade, like 20-second or 30-second sound barrier, and
just gotta play for the late game. We scaling, boys.
We scaled. Our comp scales so hard. Like they're an early game comp because they have Zarya, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have some decent level 20s with Tychus, Odin, and Sonya Ignore Pain, but I feel like our 20s are just so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys definitely showcased that patience and the power of the level 20s when you have the more powerful level 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So going into Dragonshire, picking up the classic double reset comp. What made you guys pick the Genji?
I'm not sure if it's a classic on D-Shire.
Okay, true. But it hasn't been seen for a little bit in competitive stuff.
So we first picked the Ming because Carbon. I don't want to give Carbon that hero. He's way too good at it. He's definitely the best Ming player on the server. And so we just picked that up since a pretty good Ming. I trust him to make plays. And we chose the Genji because we wanted to be able to roam on the Rexar top. and I think they tried to counter that by playing a 1-3-1 and having Imperius, what was it? Imperius
Imperius is up there a lot,
Greymane, Imperius, Greymane, Deckard, Rome as 3, and yeah, they did that a lot where they went for the hard camp and then Imperius would go top.
So the Genji was specifically
Yeah,
about
so the Genji was specifically for the Rexar. I didn't even consider the double reset comp, but I guess it just happened on its own.
All right, game number 5 then, Battlefield of Eternity. I mean, I will say, after game number 4, I felt CTON dominated that game pretty strongly. So coming out in game number 5, you all seem a little angry about what happened in game 4, that you're playing for so long, and your combos were just on point. Like, everyone was in sync. So what were the comms during those situations with those combos being laid down like that?
You mean like ETC slide into like...
Yeah.
I think the
like
arrow was the big turning point.
Arrows, that Underbird hit a good arrow.
Because I think before you guys got level 13, I think you were down like 0 to 8 kills, and then all of a sudden you just got a big arrow, got a big combo, and then
it's again like our comp hits level 10 and we win. We have bunker mosh pit, double arrow, and sleep. Like Valimar had a really good play where he cleansed himself to be able to sleep in front of their whole team, and that allowed our team to get one of our teammates to get in the bunker and save his life, and it allowed us to turn the fight in our favor. And we just snowballed from there.
Yeah, there were so many big plays in that game that I was trying to showcase with the different medallion picks. Specifically on one of the ones with the big VP. I think got 4 people in VP, and Garrosh was stepping up. Fury was stepping up there to try to get the big taunt. And I think you and I don't think you did it, but
I pressed bunker instantly.
Yeah, and Hacho used his medallion to be able to evade the taunt and get the mosh pit. Yeah, and you guys, so many people made big plays, and so subtle big plays in that game that really showcased your the prowess.
Those bunkers were insane to keep your team alive.
Yeah.
So
that's why I picked Blaze.
Yeah, right. I kind of had a feeling that might have been the reason for Blaze at that point, because I think you all picked it in the 4 or 5 slot.
Yeah. I was considering like Imperius, but I feel like that didn't get much value.
I think my last comment is Garrosh was 0-4 tonight. And does that mean he's unpickable now?
Okay, so if I really want to talk, so in the Towers of Doom game, I think Hacho just wanted to Garrosh, and I wanted him to Diablo. I feel like Diablo would have destroyed their comp and eaten them alive. But I think it was just like a miscommunication in draft and what we wanted. So I feel like that, I don't know if I really count that game. But
and then what about the Curse Hollow then?
Curse Hollow? Wait, who did we have?
You had Garrosh?
Oh, we had Garrosh. Yeah, we just made some big mistakes in that game. I think we just got picked off a bit too much. And that and Carbon cleansed the wind tunnel on the Bruiser camp, which is really unfortunate. We were banking on getting that kill, and then they got a counter kill on one of our teammates, and they just ended the game.
Yep. I don't know. Garrosh, 0-4, terrible hero.
Yeah, I guess so.
Unpickable. All right, we're gonna let you go back to if you're with your team or ready to bed or whatever you want to do. But what last thing before we
playing
go?
Houses. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I'm playing in houses. Yeah, they have a
actually, I think I'm gonna. Yeah, actually, I think there's in houses going on right now. I might do that.
Yeah. Any shout outs you want to make before we let you go?
Shout outs to my team for playing well, even though it was our first time. Shout outs to the ReGen fam. Shout outs to my Twitch, obviously, twitch.tv/DTPorky. I'm trying to stream in houses and some Storm League games there. Go check it out if you want to see some decent offlane plays. And I think that's it.
Cool. Well, congratulations on your victory. Starting off this season just right, 1-0. And good luck to you and your team the rest of the season.
Thanks. Appreciate the cast.
No problem. All right, Snag. I'm going to go back to the camera, even though you are now dead to me. It's got Discord.
Okay, I'm asleep, so that works.
Any final thoughts, Snag, before I end the cast for this evening?
No, you gotta do the first week with the first Storm Division game that we cast to go to a best of 5. I mean, this is what you gotta do. So now the teams know we got it out of the way. The rest of the games can be 3-0s. No. But no, best of 5s are fun. It's just so it's good games. Well, I think just more HOTS. We're gonna do more and more casting.
More hoots. Well, thanks for everyone for joining us. This was Storm Division week number 1, ReGen versus CTON, with ReGen coming on top, 3 games to 2. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks for NGS setting up professional league again, right? Since we haven't had one in HOTS for so very long, it's fun to see these high quality teams actually go at it. And I think that's all I had to say. I'm beat. And I know I'm West Coast, so what can you do?
I know this guy over here is complaining about 9 o'clock.
Listen, I was up early for work. All right, I still get up early for work, so I don't know.
Wah.
It is. It's a big wham. It's a big mega wham. All right. Thank you all once again. If you want to contribute to the fun, I think the Matcherino just came up recently, but it's !Matcherino will take you to where you can donate to the league for the players, and otherwise
keep the league going.
Yep, I'm gonna
give
look for
more incentive
raid
for it next season.
Exactly. But with that, we're gonna sign off, and we'll see you all next time. Wait, what do I want to hit? I'm gonna hit the intro VOD. Why not?